on Friday, Saturday as they won at Branson and at Joplin. The starting lineup for today looks like this. Justin Holt will lead things off and play in center field. Hitting second is Quade Smith, and he'll play in left. Dalton Horstmeyer will play in right field, and he will bat third. Jordan Day is the cleanup man, and he'll be the first baseman. Catcher is Alex B., and he will hit fifth. Hitting sixth is Jonathan Ramon. He's the DH. He makes his debut this year for today after playing for the Bombers last year. Devin Moore will play the shortstop position and hit seventh. Hitting eighth is Louis Niemerg, and he'll play third. And John Privatura will be the second baseman, and he will hit number 9. For the Mustangs, they'll go like this. They'll lead things off with Laurencio Fisher. He'll play in left. Jacob Richardson plays in center and hits second. Davey Cassiola will hit third and play third base. Cal Urick's the DH, and he'll hit fourth. Connor Bacon is the first baseman. He'll hit fifth. Brett Maher hits sixth and plays second. Brady Anderson's the catcher. He'll hit seventh. Tyler Cox hits eighth and plays right. And Matt Wolnick will hit ninth and plays shortstop. We'll come back with the first pitch as we continue from Sedalia.
Development has always been a top priority. He's helped create over 2,600 new jobs and brought in over $825 million in new investments in Buchanan County. Experience counts. Vote for Dan Hausman, Eastern District Commissioner.
I'm Dan Hausman. This message is paid for by the citizens for Dan Hausman. Donnie Miller, Treasurer.
At Brown Lumber Company, we love wood. So much, we even support the St. Joe Mustangs and their Wooden Bat Club. Yep, that just makes sense. At Brown Lumber Company, we believe things should just make sense. If you need lumber and tools, go to a lumber yard and a hardware store, not some giant box store with groceries, kittens, and toilet paper. Brown Lumber Company on Patey and 5th, a natural supporter of wood, tools, the hard-working American way, and, of course, the Wooden Bat Club of the Mustangs, because that just makes sense. Wood! Yeah, we got that.
There's 4 things you love: your family, your home, the Mustangs, and your car. Eastridge Car Washes can't help with the first 3. But boy, can they help with your car. Eastridge Car Washes are St. Joe's premier drive-through washes, offering wash options to fit any budget, free vacs, hand dry, and the only washes in town to completely remove icky summer bugs. Show your car some love. Come to Eastridge Car Wash behind Firestone on Village Drive, next to the Highway Patrol on the North Belt. Proud to sponsor your St. Joe Mustangs.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
The pitch. You're listening to St. Joe's Summer College Baseball Team.
Swinging a line drive, base hit center field.
On 680 KFEQ.
We continue from Liberty Park Stadium Dye Field in Sedalia, Missouri. I am Dave Riggert. Again, this game was scheduled to start at 5 o'clock, the first of 2 games tonight, but the umpires thought it was at 6 o'clock, so we'll start about 45 minutes late, a little after that, as the Mustangs on the road, and that is a place they have struggled this year. Again, they lost last night at Nevada as they fell by a score of 8-7, and now on the road this year, the Mustangs are just 1-3. They've only played 4 road games, but they're 1-3 in those 4 games, and this is the second of 7 consecutive games away from Phil Welch Stadium. They played the game last night. They play 2 tonight, so it'll be a doubleheader against Sedalia, then 2 tomorrow in Branson, as they'll play those games actually at Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar, but they'll play those games down there. 2 tomorrow, 1 more on Wednesday, and then 1 more Thursday back here. So a 7-game road trip against 3 different teams, and it started last night. So it continues this evening, and we'll see if they can get off the schneid here on the road. Just 1 road win so far this year. 11-2 at home, 1-3 on the road so far this year. The pitching matchup tonight, Logan Jasek will go for the Mustangs. So far this year, 1-0 with a 2.03 earned run average in 2 starts. He's gone 13 1/3 innings. Allowed only 8 hits, 3 runs. He struck out 4 and walked 5. His whip is very low at 0.98. He'll be opposed by Brad Spinner, the freshman from Roswell, Georgia. Went to Georgia College, obviously in the Peach State. 1-1 so far this year with a 3.50 earned run average. He's gone 18 innings. He's gone 3 starts, 6 innings each of those starts. He's allowed 18 hits in 18 innings. 9 runs, 7 have been earned. He has allowed 10, or he's given up 10, he's struck out 10, and he's walked 5 so far this year. His whip is at 1.28. He was a freshman this past year at Georgia College. He's a small left-hander, 5'8", and a left-hander on the mound for, and they list him at 5'10". We'll give him 5'10". 5'10" lefty on the mound for Sedalia as we are set for baseball. Renzo Fisher will lead things off, followed by Jacob Richardson and Davey Casiola as the Mustangs trying to get back in the win column after a tough loss last night, blowing 2 3-run leads at the Nevada Griffins. So again on the hill is Brad Spinner, making his 4th start of the summer, 1-1 so far this year. First pitch that Orencio sees is a fastball a little bit low for ball number 1. So far this year, playing in his 7th game. He's just 3 out of 15. Been on base 4 of the 6 games. He's only had a base hit in 2 of the 6 games that he's played in, but 1 game he was a pinch runner, and he was effective in that game. Inside for ball number 2. As he came out as a pinch runner late, he stole a base, stole another base, and then scored on a wild pitch. Now it's a 3-ball and no strike count. Brad Spinner, again, 5 walks in 18 innings so far this year. He's struck out twice as many as what he's walked so far this year. Renzo squares to bunt, pulls it back. There's a called strike. 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff man for the Mustangs, hitting 200 so far in his 6 games. No homers, 1 RBI, but he scored 5 runs, and this is low and inside. 5-pitch walk to Orencio Fisher, so he is on base to lead off the game. That's usually a good sign. So far, this year has been good on the base pass. 3 out of 4 stolen bases. Not many chances so far this year because he, again, hasn't hit the ball real well. Just 3 hits so far. That's his 4th walk now, which is more walks than strikeouts as he has 3 Ks. Jacob Richardson. His stick's been a little bit quiet so far here in the early part of this summer as they throw to first base. It's a lefty spinner, so a little better chance to hold Orencio close, but a lot of times with his speed it doesn't matter. They have turfed the field here at Liberty Park Stadium, so the infield is all turf. The only part that is dirt is the pitcher's mound. Even the dirt areas, you will see down the base paths and where the fielders are, that is turf, much like you see at Missouri Western and St. Joseph. But they did leave the mound out there, so that's dirt. The outfield's still grass. And now they've got Orencio picked off. He takes off towards second. He's got the steal, and now he's going to advance to third base as the ball is thrown to left field. So Orencio Fisher again making things happen. Spinner never did throw home. He threw 3 to first base, and Orencio, despite the throw over there, had a huge jump. He was going to be safe no matter what. So he's going to get a stolen base, and then an error is going to advance him to third base. So a stolen base and then an error will get him to third base. That error is going to be on Day, the first baseman who threw it. Now Jacob Richardson a chance to drive and a run. Fastball called strike on the inner half. Jay Rich, though, I mentioned the bat's been pretty quiet. 154 average, no homers, 5 RBI. He's just 8 for 52 so far this summer. Here's the 0-1 curveball. He's way out in front. He swings and misses. And now it's a no ball and 2 strike count from Brad Spinner to Jacob Richardson. Richardson now, he'll be a senior at Nebraska Kearney. The Goddard, Kansas native outside of Wichita. Went to Eisenhower High School there and then Barton Community College for 2 years. There's called strike 3. Jacob Richardson thought that thing was low. He has a conversation with the umpire, and he is not going to win that conversation. So runner at third base and nobody out. He's still there with 1 down now as Jacob Richardson is caught looking. That is the 8th time he has struck out this year. The one thing with Jay Rich is he's still able to get on base. He has 9 walks this year, so his on-base percentage is still almost 300. Although he's hitting just 154. Now Davey Cassiel will have a chance with the runner at third base. And they're actually going to play the infield in here early on. So, wow, surprising they'll play the infield in this early. There's a called strike to Casiola. Dave hitting 255, no homers and 5 make it 4 RBI, another called strike. So for the 5-pitch walk to Fisher, he has thrown all strikes to Richardson and now Casiola. No balls and 2 strikes to Davey. From San Luis Obispo, 6'3", 215-pound right-hander. Looks one on the turf, and it'll be dug out of there by Alex B. B, a former Kansas State Wildcat, and now he plays at William Woods College, where Craig McAndrews, their manager, is the coach. A ball and 2 strikes to Davey Casiola, switching to third baseman for the Mustangs. Looks at one inside, called strike 3. So he's not happy with the call either. He doesn't look back, but he looks down, shakes his head, and slowly walks back to the dugout. So back-to-back backwards Ks. The next two hitters after Rencio got on base and got to third base with nobody out. So it'll be up to Kyle Urich now with 2 down. And Phil obviously goes back now. Urich right down the third base line, and Rencio does one of the matrix moves to get out of the way. Boy, he just about got smoked by that thing. He limboed and did his best Keanu Reeves impersonation in the matrix to get out of that. Hot hit shot down the third base line. Foul for strike number 1. No balls and a strike to Urich. He looks at a pitch outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Kyle. He's a DH in tonight's game, hitting .286, no homers, 9 RBI, which leads this team. He also scored 8 runs. The big right-hander from Webster University in St. Louis, as Spinner steps off. He wants a new baseball. Urich is from St. Louis, went to Webster Groves High School. Then he went to Maryville University for 1 year, which obviously is in St. Louis as well. So he's stayed at home during his college career. And he spent the last 2 years at Webster, and he's had 2 great seasons. He'll be a senior in the fall. Here's the 1-1. Off speed, stays outside, 2 balls and a strike. At Webster last year, Urich had 11 homers and 47 RBI, hit .239. Make it 329, excuse me. 354 as a sophomore with 17 homers and 63 RBI, and this pitch is outside now for a 3 ball and 1 strike count. 2 down, and Fisher at third base. He was there with nobody out, but 2 strikeouts looking. Now it's a 3-1 pitch. Urich way out in front. Didn't change up that time. He was way out in front of that pitch. That thing was going to be, thing was low too, so that was probably going to be ball 4. Here's the 3-2. Inside, tried the curveball, almost at his back foot, stays way inside. So 2 walks in the inning. It gets the pitch count up there. He had 2 strikeouts on 6 pitches, but because of the walks, he's now up to 18 pitches, and it's up to Connor Bacon. Bacon made his first start of the season 2 nights ago, Saturday against Chillicothe. He scored a run, also drove in his first run of the season. He's playing first base tonight. Breaking pitch, catches the inside corner for a called strike. No balls, 1 strike, the count to Connor Bacon. Just wrapped up his freshman year at Boston College as they made the Sweet 16 in college baseball. Here's a big swing and a miss on a fastball. And now it's a no ball and 2 strike count. They lost to the U. They lost to the University of Miami in the Super Regionals. So they lost down in Coral Gables. So far in his 3 games played, Bacon is hitting .143. He has 1 base hit. It was his second plate appearances of the season, his first on Saturday, but he knocked in a run, making a 1-0 lead over Chillicothe. Pitch is outside for a 1 ball and 2 strike count. 2 down here in the top of the first. Bacon fouls one back to the chicken wire screen here at Liberty Park Stadium. Stays alive. 2 on, 2 out. The Hudson, Massachusetts native didn't play much for the Eagles this past year, just at 5 games as a true freshman. Now a check swing down the third base line. Could be trouble. Now it's going to get into foul territory. Boy, that was going to be a base hit, I think, if it would have stayed fair. Rencio would have scored as he had a check swing right down the third base line, but with that turf, it hopped pretty good and got into foul territory, so a foul ball, and Connor Bacon will come back. Bacon played in 5 games, made 1 start. He had only 9 plate appearances. He did strike out 4 times, went 0 for 9, had an RBI. As BC went 35-22 this year. They were 13-15 in the ACC, but again got into the NCAA tournament. Here's the 0-2 again to Connor Bacon. Off speed, stays inside. Now it should be a 2 ball and 2 strike count is what the count should be. Now they've got it right on the board. 2-2 the count to Bacon with 2 on and 2 out. In the top of the first inning, fastball. Caught him looking again. Called strike 3. The 3 outs were all called strike 3s. As Spinner strikes out the side to go with a couple of walks. Through 25 pitches, no runs, no hits, 1 error. The Mustangs leave 2. We go to the bottom of inning number 1 as the Mustangs nothing and the Sedalia Bombers coming up as we continue here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
Everyone has been there, that really awkward moment when you ask someone a question and they say,
"Do you want me to Google that for you?"
Don't be that business that never shows up because you still believe in a phone book. Don't be that business that thinks,
"Everyone knows about me and my business."
Everyone doesn't know about your business. Get with the times. Eagle Web Services can help. Eagle Web Services helps with Google search, YouTube videos, Facebook, Instagram, and more.
I can do all of that on my own.
You can, but do you really have the time? Do you really know what you're doing?
Well, no, but I have a friend that can do it.
It's your call. Eagle Web Services is Google certified and Google award winning. Let the experts work with you.
Contact Jess at EagleWebServices.com. That's Jess at EagleWebServices.com. Do you really want me to say it one more time? Okay. JESS at EagleWebServices.com.
Oh, I've been driving that old pickup across all these 50 states, and I sure ain't seen saving like those energy rebates.
KCP&L. Not good at country songs. Great at saving you money. We have 18 ways to save you a little or a lot. Find the one that's right for you at kcpl.com/save.
Save money and energy with kcpl.com/save.
You're listening to the St. Joseph Mustangs. Let's play some ball on 680 KFEQ.
We go to the bottom of the first inning as the St. Joseph Mustangs came up empty, had one on base with nobody out, and he was at third base but could not get Orencio Fisher home. They had 2 on with 2 outs and came up empty as Brad Spinner able to strike out his 3 outs in that inning. Logan Jasek will get the start tonight for the St. Joseph Mustangs. He has been very good. The young man from Omaha so far this year is 1-0 with a 1-0 decision. 2.03 ERA in 13 1/3 innings. This will be his third start. He's allowed just 8 hits in 13 1/3. Struck out 4, walked 5, and allowed 3 earned runs. Last year with the Mustangs, had some struggles. He went 2-3 with a 7 ERA in 8 appearances and 3 starts. Appeared in 27 innings. He gave up 31 hits last year, struck out 19 and walked 14. First pitch he throws here to Justin Holt is high for ball 1. So Logan Jasek starts him off with a fastball upstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Here's the fastball, stays in again. So Logan Jasek, this past year at Ohio University, he went 2-1 with a 4.68 ERA, was a reliever, just made 1 start. He said it was against Ohio State this year, and it didn't go real well. He said it wasn't terrible, but it was 4 runs in 4 innings. And there's a called strike outside corner. Tried a fastball again, got the call. So Jasek, one thing that he's had trouble with is his command at times. As he had more walks than strikeouts at Ohio. A ground ball toward third, backhanded by Cassiola, spins, fires to first base, and gets a very speedy Justin Holt. Great play by Cassiola on a hard hit ground ball, and again on the turf. He's playing in because of the speed of Holt, and a good play by Cassiola because on the turf that thing's going to get you in a hurry. So a hard hit ground ball, and Cassiola makes a really good play. Now Quade Smith will bat. Smith Jr. from Brandon, Mississippi, plays at Nicholls State, as does Holt. Those two are teammates there, and they're teammates here in Sedalia. Now he's first pitch swinging, and he is going to tap one foul down the first base line. So Jasek gets ahead, no balls and a strike. Quade Smith is hitting .273, no homers and 6 RBI. Jasek this past year at Ohio, I mentioned the 2-1 record with a 4.68 ERA. He walked 24 and struck out 17. There's a hard hit line drive to left field. Going opposite way was Quade Smith. He gets a base hit. So a line drive gets through, and now a man on with 1 out for Dalton Horstmeyer. As a freshman at Ohio, they won the MAC. The Bobcats did last year. They struggled. They were just 8-16 last year in the MAC, but 2 years ago they won the MAC. They were 36-21, went 17-10 in the MAC. And he was 1-1 as a true freshman with a 5.08 ERA. Everything out of the pen except for 1 start again. And now a ground ball going to hit the umpire, and boy, he got hit very, very hard, and they're going to have to go check on him as it got him right in the chest, I think. He's going to go down to 1 knee. So that'll be an infield base hit. It hit the umpire who was out back behind. Boy, now he goes down. His head is on the ground. Yes, he got hit good. I think it was right in the chest. He had no opportunity to get out of the way, so that'll be an infield base hit. Could have been a double play ball had he got out of the way, but again, now our thoughts are with the umpire. as he got hit and couldn't get out of the way. So 2 on with 1 out for Sedalia with an infield single for Horstmeyer. Well, he must be in some serious pain. He's down on the ground, both knees, and now he finally gets up off of his elbows. His head was on the ground, elbows down. Now he's going to try and stand up. He needed the chest protector on that one. He'll likely be the home plate umpire in Game 2, but could have used it in Game 1. Now he's going to bend over, hands on knees, and try and make it through it. Logan Jasic's going to go check on him, pat him on the back. Don't see that happen very often. Never see it really in the bigs just because they're usually back behind the play because there's 4 umpires. But at this level, there are 2 umpires, and one of them's got to be out there at all times right there back behind second base most of the time. So it looks like he's going to be all right. He's standing up, hands on hips now, right behind the pitcher's mound. So break for Sedalia because that may have been a double play ball on a chopper toward Brett Marr at second base. The defense for the Mustangs, Brady Anderson is back behind the plate tonight. Connor Bacon is playing first for the first time. Brett Marr is playing second. Matt Wolnick is at shortstop. Davey Cassiola is at third base. Lorenzo Fisher's in left. And Jacob Richardson is in center field, and Tyler Cox is in right. Got some more water for him, and now I think they are good to go. So let's see. Yeah, looks like he's good to go now. Here's the first pitch, and it is fouled off to the left side. Jordan Day is the hitter. He's a Sedalia native. No balls and 1 strike the count. Everybody's swinging first pitch, it seems like, except for the first batter, Holt, who took a ball, but everybody else has been first pitch swinging on Logan Jacek, so he's locating his pitches here pretty good early on in the count. 2 on, 1 out. Horstmeyer at first base. Smith is at second. Here's the curveball to Cassiola. He's going to take it, throw to second base for 1. Marr cannot complete the double play. He was knocked down. Good job to break it up. Cassiola had a chance to either tag Smith or go to the bag. Day runs pretty well. They get the fielder's choice at second, but not the lead runner. And now Jonathan Ramon, who led the Mink League last year in home runs, makes his debut. Now, excuse me, he will not. He just came to get the bat. He's on deck. It'll be Alex B. They get the fielder's choice. I thought Cassiola probably could have gone to the bag, at least get that lead runner, but now runners in the corners with 2 down. Got 1 out at least. Now Alex B., who again began his career at Kansas State. Spent 3 years at K-State, and he's played in Sedalia. There's a breaking ball for a strike. Spent 3 years at K-State, spent a couple years here in Sedalia, and then he hooked up with the manager Craig McAndrews, who's also a coach at William Woods. There's an off-speed pitch changeup that swung through that time, and it's a no ball and 2 strike count. So trying to get out of it. Same situation as what the Mustangs had. Runners on the corners, 2 down. No balls and 2 strikes. Logan Jacek is thrown well early on, but can he get out of a little bit of a jam here with the 2 hits allowed, 1 hitting the umpire. Here's the 0-2 to beat. Fastball high and away. It's his 12th pitch of the inning. He's still way ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Alex B. He's hitting .211 so far this summer in 11 games. The normal Illinois native has no homers and 6 driven in. Here's the 1-2. Curveball. Did not quite get the call. Some of the Mustang fans that are here thought that he was going to get the call. He did not. Logan gave him a little smile. So now it's an evened up count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Can runners at the corners. And now this one is popped up in the air on the infield. Matt Wolnick, the shortstop, calls everybody off. He'll put up his mitt and make the catch above his eyes right behind the pitcher's mound. So Logan Jacek got through it. He works around a couple of base hits, and we are scoreless through 1 inning. So Mustangs and the Sedalia Bombers tonight as we continue right here on the Mustangs Radio Network. Not in my mind.
As long as I give him like a or something, you got it right? I don't know what it means. How you been?
I've been good, man. How are you?
Oh, not too shabby.
Any word on the young one yet?
What?
What's the date for the young one?
I'm actually heading home Sunday.
Are you?
Yeah, they're stripping your membranes on Monday.
Really?
And so they said that she could go into labor anytime after.
From Liberty Park Stadium in Sedalia. Again, this is a 7-inning game. 2 7-inning games tonight. Doubleheader for the Mustangs and the Bombers. No scores. We go to the top of inning number 2 as St. Joseph will send to the plate 6, 7, and 8. Again, both teams have 2 runners on base with 2 down and could not get a big 2-out base hit, so we are still scoreless through 1 inning of play. Brett Marr will lead things off for St. Joseph, followed by Brady Anderson and then Tyler Cox. Marr's had a good summer so far, hitting .325, no homers and 5 RBI. Playing second base almost exclusively with the Mustangs after earning a Gold Glove for Division II shortstops this year. Again, there's just one player per position in Division II, and he was the shortstop on the Gold Glove team. First pitch he sees is a ball, and he fouls one right over by Matt Johnson. As he knocks it down, he couldn't quite grab it with the left hand, but he did knock it down at least, so the Mustang second baseman has a 1-ball and 1-strike count. And 25 pitches in the opening frame for Spinner. Now this one's roped to left center field, and this has a chance to get down. Diving is Holt. He will not get there. It gets by him and all the way to the fence. Brett Morgan around second base, and he will put on the brakes right there. Holt gave a good effort, but Brett Marr a double as the Mustang second baseman gets a 2-bagger on his first at-bat of the game. First hit for the Mustangs. But he gets the double as he hit it in the right spot here at Liberty Park Stadium. Again, not a big ballpark, so they're pretty deep, and they've got speed in the outfield, especially with Smith and Holt. But now another runner into scoring position with nobody out. They had a man at third base with nobody out in the first and couldn't get him home, and now Mars at second base with nobody out. Brady Anderson digs in. He's had a good summer as well. .317 average. He does have 1 homer, one of the 2 jacks so far this year. Here's the first pitch to Anderson, almost hit him. Off-speed pitch stays inside. 1 ball, no strikes the count to the backstop for the Mustangs. Young man from Valley City State University, Jamestown, North Dakota. .317 average and 1 homer, 6 RBI. 5'11", 175-pound left-handed hitter. Squares to bunt, pulls it back. It's a called strike. A fastball in the inside corner. Brady's only struck out 3 times in 41 ABs so far this year, so he's been very productive at the plate. So this is his 11th game that he's played in. Marr off the second base. Brady does not square to bunt this time and takes a pitch a little bit upstairs. Didn't miss by much. It looked like it was at the letters, but the umpire behind the plate said, nope, that's a ball a little bit too high. 2 balls and a strike to count. Seems like the zone is a little bit low for this umpire. Here's the 2-1, and it's fouled off the mask of B. So Brady Anderson a good whack at that one, but fouls it right off the mask of his counterpart behind the plate for Sedalia. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Anderson. Leadoff double by Marr with nobody out. On deck is Tyler Cox. 9-hole hitter is Matt Wolnick today. The bottom part of the order trying to get something done here for St. Joseph. No score here in the top of the second inning. Brad Spinner comes set. The lefty delivers the 2-2 curveball, and it's fouled off to the left side out of play. So again, making Spinner work. There's been a lot of pitches here early in this ball game as it is warm tonight. Currently 91 here in Sedalia. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Nobody out. 1 on base. Brett Mars at second base for St. Joseph. Here's the spinner pitch again. Low and away. Good eye by Anderson. Now it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This past year at Valley City State, Brady walked just 13 times, but only had 17 strikeouts. He's a hard guy to strike out. There's a foul ball back to the screen, as you can hear. But Anderson, again, 3 strikeouts this year. At Valley City State, he only struck out 17 times this past year in 43 games. In 40 games as a sophomore, only struck out 7 times as a freshman in 33 games. As he swings and taps one to the left side of the infield, charging is the third baseman Niemerg. He'll make the play to first base and just does get Anderson, and he keeps Marr at second base. As a freshman at Valley City State, he only struck out 8 times. So he's only struck out 32 times in 3 years. And he's been a starter all 3 years. Couldn't advance the runner, though, as he hit it on the left side of the infield, and Marr had to wait. And a good play by Niemerg at third base. Good at bat, but just not able to show anything for it, as he is out 5-3. Now a big swing and a miss by Cox. Tyler Cox, again, has shown power. He's had some clutch hits, hitting .214, a homer and 8 RBI. And now he smokes one to center field. This will get it down for a base hit. Marr will round third base. Holtz will throw it home, and he will slide in safely. The Mustangs take a 2, make a 1-0 lead on an RBI single to center field by Tyler Cox. That's his 9th RBI, tied for first now with the Mustangs. As St. Joseph's up 1-0 with a single from Tyler Cox. Just about to talk about Cox, how he's a free swinger. He struck out 12 times the most of any, or excuse me, 16 times the most of any Mustang in his 42 ABs. But again, he had a great year this past year with his power numbers, and he hit .386, 16 homers, 58 RBI at Maple Woods. He drives one to center field and has a base hit and a single. So the Mustangs take the lead here in the second inning. Cox at first base. Matt Wolnick looks at a first pitch in the turf, I guess I should say, as they throw to first base. 1 ball, no strikes to count to the Mustang shortstop, hitting .229 so far this summer with no homers and 5 RBI. Wolnick bats right-handed. He's a teammate of Urick at Webster University. Fastball for a strike, makes it a 1 ball, 1 strike count. So Spinner, this is going to be his 40th pitch with just 1 out in the second inning. So they're making him work on this hot Monday evening. The good thing for these two teams, though, when they're starting pitching is it doesn't have to get you tremendously deep. Snap throw, getting back to first base is Cox, because it is a 7-inning game. So, again, if you can give your team 4, it's like you're giving them 6 innings. Pitch upstairs, fastball high, 2 balls and a strike now to Wolnick. Cox off of first base. He does have 3 steals and 4 attempts. He swept 5 bags this past year at Maple Woods. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in for St. Joe here in the top of the second. 1-0 Mustangs. The pitch from Spinner, and it's lined to center field, and that will be a base hit right in front of Holt. 3 very hard hit singles in this second inning, and now it's back to the top of the order. Matt Wolnick gets a base hit.
Now for that, number 3, Laurencio Fisher.
Well, those have been solid base hits, too. The Mustangs as a team, again, struggling. Offensively, hitting just .245 as a team, averaging just 4.9 runs per game. This is similar to the team 2 years ago that, again, had a great year. They still won 41 games. They were 41-18, but boy, they struggled at times to really hit the ball. Their pitching and defense led them the entire way. It's been the same thing so far this year. First pitch to O was low for ball 1. And there goes Cox. He got a huge jump throw down to third base, and Tyler Cox steals the base, and he almost slid by it on the turf. But boy, he got a monster jump. Wolnick didn't even recognize it. He's still at first base. But a huge jump. It's a 2-ball count as that pitch was inside. B had no chance to throw him out, so Cox now at third base with 1 down. Laurencio a chance to drive and run right here, as they are double play depth, but Laurencio a hard guy to double up, and now it's a 3-ball count. Laurencio walked his first time up, as the Mustangs have 3 hits so far in the inning. With 1 out, Laurencio looks at a fastball. It's now a 3-ball and 1 strike count. 3-1 with 1 down. 1-0 Mustangs with Cox at third base. Wolnick at first, and Orencio fouls it off to the right side. And Orencio has walked now more times than he's struck out. He's been on base now in 5 of the 7 games that he's played. His on-base percentage at .368 despite hitting just .200 so far this year in the first 4 games, make it 6 games that he's played in. Throw to first base, and Wolnick is back easily. Jacob Richardson is on deck. In the 3 outs in the first inning were all backwards K's. He got the strikeout looking on 3 different Mustangs. Here's the 3-2. Orencio swings and misses. Big strikeout for Spinner. That's the 2nd out. So the Mustangs have had a runner at third base in 3 different at-bats with less than 2 outs, and they are 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Boy, if they can run at third base and less than 2 outs, you've got to put the ball in play somewhere. And the Mustangs are 0 for 3 with 3 Ks now. Throw to first base is not in time. Wolnick gets back. Jacob Richardson struck out looking his first time up with a runner at third base and nobody out. Here's the first pitch to Jay Rich. It's, again, low in the zone, but he's called that the entire time. So it looks like the strike zone is going to be a little bit low with this umpire. And again, you've got to make the adjustment as a hitter and as the pitcher. Cassiola's on deck, but there are 2 outs. Now they got Wolnick picked off. And now they're throwing down to second base, and they're going to get Matt Wolnick as they will pick off the Mustang shortstop from first. And St. Joseph, again, boy, they've had some chances to score multiple runs in these first 2 innings, and they only have 1 to show for it. They do get 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 1, and we are through an inning and a half. We're at the bottom of the second, 1-0 St. Joseph as we continue right here on 680 KFEQ and the Mustangs Radio Network. One nothing Mustangs as we are in the bottom of the second inning. There's a fly ball deep to right field, and Tyler Cox on the run will make the catch in front of the 365 sign in right center field. Boy, he had to go a long way, but a great catch by Tyler Cox to rob a extra base hit from Jonathan Ramon as he was able to lead off here in the bottom of the second inning. Great play by Cox on the run. That thing from off the bat might have a chance to get out of here. It was just in front of the 365 sign, but a great play by Cox. So 1 up, 1 down to start this second inning. It'll be Devin Morrill, the shortstop, who will bat now. Morrill Jr. from Nicholls State. Again, they've got 3 Nicholls State players on their roster down in Louisiana. He's hitting .222, swings and misses, and he's behind the count, no balls and a strike. No homers, 5 RBI so far this year, has struck out 13 times. One low and away. Off-speed pitch this time from Logan Jasek. Logan's had good command so far. He's been ahead of almost every hitter up to this point. Again, it's a very small sample size, but a good start. As I say that, he falls behind 2 balls and a strike. Never fails, as Coach Verduzco and I were talking about the other day. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Mustangs. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for Sedalia. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ooh, great off-speed pitch. He was in front of that. Tried to check his swing and didn't have to appeal down to first base. He was well out in front of that thing and couldn't hold back. So he swings and misses. It's a 2-ball and 2-strike count. Here's the pitch from Jasek. Another off-speed pitch is fouled back to the screen. So staying alive is Devin Morrill. This past year at Nicholls State, he was a junior. Didn't play a ton. He was a transfer from Delgado Community College. Played in 26 games, made just 3 starts. He made the most of his opportunities, hit .313 with no homers and 4 RBI. Here's the 2-2. It's a tapper down the third baseline, but it's in foul territory as he stays alive again. Good at bat for Morrill, as he will see his 7th pitch of the at-bat here in a matter of moments. Some clouds coming in. I know it was rainy. It's bright and sunny. I think back home now it was raining. You heard the severe weather update that we just gave you. We'll keep up to date on anything that's happening. Another foul ball back behind home plate. Keep it up to date on that, but looks like there might be a chance for some weather here. That's all we need. Get a little dark out behind center field. Here's the 2-2 again. Off speed in the dirt. Now it's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. 8 pitches thrown in this at bat to Morrill. So he's making Logan Jasek work. A good battle, and we'll see if he can get him. Let's see who wins this battle. 3-2, fastball low and away. Great at bat by Morrill. First walk in the game for Logan Jasek, yet to have a strikeout. So he's walked more than he's struck out this year. 4 strikeouts and 6 walks. That'll bring up Lewis Niemerg from Teutopolis, Illinois. Teutopolis High School. He plays at Maryville University in St. Louis. 1 on, 1 out. They 1-0 lead. Here's a ball hit well to left field. Going back is Orencio Fisher to the wall. It's off the wall. Orencio will have it, but rounding third base and scoring. He was off, and the pitch was Morrill. Be a stand-up double and an RBI as Morrill slides in safely to tie the game. Boy, that ball was struck well. Niemerg, an RBI double, has made it a 1-1 game, as that is his first RBI of the season, his first double of the season, and only his 3rd hit of the season. He was 2 for 24 before that one. You wouldn't have guessed it by the way he struck that baseball. Well, he clobbered it off the wall and left. So the double scores Morrill all the way from first base. He knew that thing was over Orencio's head, and he got a good jump and was not going to be caught at home. So now it's a 1-1 game. As we're in the bottom of the 2nd inning, Sedalia answers right back here in the bottom half of the frame. And again, the Mustangs left some runs out there the first 2 innings. They should have a couple more. First pitch curve is on the outside corner for strike number 1. John Privatura is the batter now. He plays at Missouri State. Freshman from Lee's Summit. Getting not that far from here. Here's the 0-1 pitch to the 9-hole hitter, fouled back to the screen. Again, they have turfed the infield here at Liberty Park Stadium. They said that they're going to put some netting in place of the chicken wire that's in front of me right now in the grandstands. The turf, though, does dress this place up a little bit, and the netting surely will as well. Wind's starting to pick up. Here's a fly ball hit to right center field. It's playable over as Richardson. Fairly deep, though, in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch, tagging from second, and there's going to be a relay throw to third base, but he slides in safely as Wolnick makes the relay from Richardson and throws to Cassiola, but sliding in safely was Niemerg. He's at third base with 2 down now on the fly out to right center field. Back to the top of the order now.
Number 3, Justin Holt.
Justin Holt, their leadoff man. He's 0 for 1 in the game. He was out 5-3 on a ground ball and a good backhand stop by Cassiola down the third base line. Holt has good speed. He played for Sedalia a year ago. Hit .348 last year. This year down a little bit at .283. Here's the pitch. It is a off-speed pitch that stays high for ball number 1. So they made Logan work here in this inning a little bit more. Only had to throw 14 first inning pitches. This will be his 20th here in the second. 1 ball, no strikes to count with 2 down. 1-1 tie in the second inning of this 7-inning game. 1-0 pitch, curveball, called strike 1 on the inside corner. Buckled his knees a little bit. Seems like it's cooled off too, and it's a little windier now, so got a feeling we may see something here before too long. Which is not great for the equipment right here. Here's the 1-1 from Logan. Jasek, runner at third base with 2 down. Jammed him, popped him up, back behind second base. Marr goes back there. Wolnick is back there, and Marr will make the catch in shallow center field on the grass as those two nearly collided, but Brett Marr makes the play as they jammed Justin Holt. He pops out to shallow center field, and that will retire the Bombers in the inning. But they get 1 run on 1 hit, and we are through 2 complete innings. It's a tie ball game, 1-1, with Sedalia and St. Joseph right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
There are 2 universal truths that every ATV owner knows. ATVs are awesome. Middlemen are not. Scooters Power Sports services the brands you love. Polaris, Can-Am, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Honda. And when you bring it in for service, no middleman. You'll talk directly to a mechanic who'll tell you what's wrong and the best way to fix it. They also carry new and used ATVs and side-by-sides and offer dealer financing at rates as low as 1.99%. Check them out online at scooterspowersports.com. Scooters Power Sports. Ride it like you can afford to fix it.
Oh, I've been driving that old pickup across all these 50 states, and I sure ain't seen saving like those energy rebates.
KCP&L. Not good at country songs. Great at saving you money. We have 18 ways to save you a little or a lot. Find the one that's right for you at kcpl.com/save.
Save money and energy with kcpl.com/save.
Midwest Central Outdoor, your outdoor answers for any season. They're selling the highest quality equipment. Check out their newest line of Echo products. Hustler, Walker, Wright Standard mowers, Easy-Go golf carts, and much more. Midwest Central Outdoor believes in old-fashioned values and friendly and exceptional service. Customer service is Midwest Central Outdoor's #1 priority. They stand behind all sales and service. They have a highly skilled service center and can service any small gas engine. Midwest Central Outdoor, off Highway 71, just north of I-29 and exit 53.
As legendary Baltimore Orioles manager Earl Weaver once said, the key to winning baseball is pitching, fundamentals, and 3-run home runs. At Rock Ridge Steel, the key to winning is quality products, quick delivery, and exceptional customer service. Rock Ridge Steel offers steel from 1 inch to 1 truckload to contractors, farmers, and city folk too for home improvements. So when you need steel, see a winner. That's Dan Riley at Rock Ridge Steel in Elwood, Kansas. Rock Ridge Steel. Rock solid steel at rock bottom prices. Proud sponsor of the St. Joe Mustangs.
You're listening to the St. Joseph Mustangs. Let's slice them on 680 KFEQ.
Jacob Richardson will lead things off for the Mustangs, and he hits one to shallow right field. Horstmeyer will come on. It was a 1-1 count to Richie, and he pops one up to shallow right field, and he will be 0 for 2 now in the game. Struck out looking his first time up. So the Mustangs, their second time through the order, as it'll be Richardson, Cassiola, and Urich, 2, 3, and 4 for St. Joe's Summer College baseball team. First time that they have not had a leadoff man on. Walk to Fisher to start the game, and then a double by Marr, and he came in to score in the second. But again, the Mustangs have had numerous chances with men at third base and have come up empty. 0 for 3 with runners at third base and less than 2 outs, and they've all been strikeouts. It's a 1-ball-and-1-strike count now to Davey Cassiola. He struck out looking his first time up. Batting right-handed, the switch-hitting third baseman. Swings and hits one to left center field. Hit pretty well. Holt on the run will chase it down on the warning track. That thing was hit pretty well, too, in front of the 365 sign. It's a little smaller park in 375 to center, 365 to the alleys down the line, 310 down the left field line, and I cannot see the right field line with guys in the way. Now Kyle Urich will bat with the bases empty and 2 down. First pitch he sees is a off-speed pitch for a strike. So Spinner trying to get a 1-2-3 inning after throwing 48 pitches the first 2 frames. But he only gave up the 1 run, despite other chances for the Mustangs. A swing and a miss. Big swing by Urich on a fastball. He missed it. Now it's a no ball on 2-strike count to Kyle. 2 outs, nobody on base, 1-1 tie. Spinner's pitch is way outside. Tried to get him a chase. He did not. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 2 down, base is empty. Urich walked his last time up. He pops one out of play to the right side. That'll keep him alive, though. Wasn't happy with that, but again, he has another chance. Walked and was stranded back in that opening inning when they had 2 on base. The big right-hander digs back in. Urich in at 286. He looks at one inside. 2-2 the count. 6'3", 215-pound right-hander from St. Louis. He's at 28 home runs his last 2 years of college baseball at Webster. Here's the 2-2. Chopper down the third base line. It's going to get into foul territory, and then Niemer will grab it to make sure it doesn't spin back fair, as he will have another chance. So Urich with a foul ball. Good at bat so far. He's now seen 6 pitches. Connor Bacon is on deck for the Mustangs. It's starting to get a little dark here in Sedalia. There's a storm that rolled through St. Joseph here recently also. Here's the 2-2 to Urich. He swings through it. Swung on and missed, and it's a 13-pitch, 1-2-3 inning for Brad Spinner. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd, it's a 1-1 tie between the Mustangs and the Sedalia Bombers right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
There's 4 things you love: your family, your home, the Mustangs, and your car. Eastridge Car Washes can't help with the first 3. But boy, can they help with your car. Eastridge Car Washes are St. Joe's premier drive-through washes, offering wash options to fit any budget. Free vacs, hand dry, and the only washes in town to completely remove icky summer bugs. Show your car some love. Come to Eastridge Car Wash behind Firestone on Village Drive, next to the Highway Patrol on the North Belt. Proud to sponsor your St. Joe Mustangs.
There are 2 universal truths that every ATV owner knows. ATVs are awesome. Middlemen are not. Scooters Power Sports services the brands you love: Polaris, Can-Am, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Honda. And when you bring it in for service, no middleman. You'll talk directly to a mechanic who'll tell you what's wrong and the best way to fix it. They also carry new and used ATVs and side-by-sides and offer dealer financing at rates as low as 1.99%. Check them out online at scooterspowersports.com. Scooters Power Sports. Ride it like you can afford to fix it.
Your trailer is a workhorse, hauling farm equipment, falling trees, drywall, bags of feed, fill dirt. It really takes a beating, and nothing holds up to that beating like a quality-built steel trailer from Finish Line. And right now at Metzger Sales and Service, they have some great deals on Finish Line trailers, like a car hauler 82x16 for $29.99, or a 5x10 single-axle dump box for $21.99. Come check them all out at Metzger Sales and Service in Graham, online at Metzger.com.
The pitch. You're listening to St. Joe's Summer College Baseball Team.
Swinging a line drive, base hit center field.
On 680 KFEQ.
We're to the bottom of the 3rd inning here in Sedalia. We're at Liberty Park Stadium. It's a 7-inning game tonight. The St. Joseph Mustangs are tied with Sedalia, 1 apiece, as Logan Jacek's first pitch here in the 3rd is an off-speed pitch for strike number 1. He's thrown 35 pitches through 2 frames. Quade Smith had a single to left field his last time up and was stranded at 3rd base back in the 1st. He bats left-handed. Smith fouls one back to the screen, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Smith played at Hines Community College in Mississippi and transferred to Nicholls State, played in 39 games, made 21 starts this past season. Hit .255, no homers, 10 RBI. There's the 0-2 pitch outside. It's a 1 ball and 2 strike count. And Smith at .273. He has walked more than he struck out, on base at .439. He's got his Nicholls State red batting gloves on with the N, the sword through it. That's a ball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, good eye for Smith. And from Brandon, Mississippi, 6 foot, 180-pound left-hander. Jacek gets the sign from Brady Anderson. Here's the 2-2, off speed and fouled down the left field line. In Smith, we saw him back on June the 2nd, the 2nd game of the year, in that 3-2 Mustangs win in 10 innings, but he likes to go opposite field. He's Guy likes to get the bat on the ball and run. He is a fast runner. 1-2, and then he pulls it to first base. It'll be Connor Bacon who will, just barely get it to Jasek in time. But a good job to cover by Logan Jasek, who kind of stared over at Quade Smith. I don't know if those two are having words or not, but he made that thing close. He got jammed and chopped it to Bacon. Bacon didn't have time to run over there, so a good job by Jasek to cover. This will be a 3-1 ground out. 1 up, 1 down to start this third inning. Now it'll be Dalton Horstmeyer, who singled his last time up. There's a called strike on the first pitch that he sees. Fastball down the middle. Horstmeyer had the infield single that hit the umpire his last time up. So he is 1 for 1 of the game. Got a break. Now he swings through this. Has a little bit of a foul tip, evidently. And it will be a no ball and 2 strike count now. So Horstmeyer down to the count, the right fielder. He plays this college baseball, or did at Jefferson College. He's from Fulton, Missouri. Just wrapped up his sophomore year at Jefferson. 6'3", 210-pound right-hander. There's a fastball high. Good velocity that time. You could hear the mitt pop behind the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. 1-1 tie here in the third. Nobody on base for Sedalia. Off speed, and he fouls it back to the screen. Had to go down and chase that thing a little bit. But a foul ball, and it keeps it a 1 ball and 2 strike count with 1 out. Horstmeyer's hitting .321 this summer with a homer and 10 driven in. He has 1 of their 2 homers, almost a 4th of their RBI. He has 10 RBI. The team only has 46 on the season. Here's the 1-2. Fastball hit in the air to shallow right field. Coming on is Tyler Cox. Should be an easy play. He'll put up his mid. Almost overran it. Had to kind of reach back behind his head to the left and make the catch. But that does retire the right fielder for the Sedalia Bombers. So 2 up, 2 down here in the inning. And now Jordan Day will dig in. Day is a Sedalia native, went to Smith Cotton High School, not far from here. Then went to Crowder College for 2 years, and now he plays at William Woods with the manager at Sedalia, Craig McAndrews. First pitch is high and inside for ball 1. Day 0 for 1. His last time up, he was out on a pop-up to the shortstop. And now a ground ball toward third. 1 hopper on the turf to Davey Cassiola across the diamond in time, and that will retire the Sedalia Bombers. 1-2-3. We're through 3 complete. 1-1 score between the Mustangs and the Sedalia Bombers right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
As a Buchanan County Commissioner, Dan Hausman has worked with many great county employees. He's also helped hundreds of people in the county. He's led the way in helping reduce costs and has held the line on county taxes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have been saved through better purchasing and working smarter. Economic development has always been a top priority. He's helped create over 2,600 new jobs and brought in over $825 million in new investments in Buchanan County. Experience counts. Vote for Dan Hausman, the Eastern District Commissioner.
I'm Dan Hausman. This message is paid for by the citizens for Dan Hausman. Donnie Miller, Treasurer.
As legendary Baltimore Orioles manager Earl Weaver once said, the key to winning baseball is pitching, fundamentals, and 3-run home runs. At Rock Ridge Steel, the key to winning is quality products, quick delivery, and exceptional customer service. Rock Ridge Steel offers steel from 1 inch to 1 truckload to contractors, farmers, and city folk too for home improvements. So when you need steel, see a winner. That's Dan Riley at Rock Ridge Steel in Elwood, Kansas. Rock Ridge Steel. Rock solid steel at rock bottom prices. Proud sponsor of the St. Joe Mustangs.
Eagle Communications protects your family with extensive severe weather coverage first. This severe weather coverage is brought to you by AIS, Affordable Insurance Solutions. When others say no, AIS says yes.
The National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Clinton County, northwestern Ray County, northeastern Clay County, and east central Buchanan County in northwest Missouri until 7:15. At 6:35, a severe thunderstorm is located near Stewartsville, or 7 miles north of Plattsburgh, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour.
This severe weather coverage from Eagle Communications has been brought to you by AIS, Affordable Insurance Solutions. When others say no, AIS says yes. Eagle Communications protects you and your family with extensive weather coverage first.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs baseball.
Down the line and go!
On 680 KFEQ.
For the Mustangs here in the fourth inning, we're in the top of the fourth, 1-1 tie. Connor Bacon will lead things off. Looks at a off-speed pitch outside for a 1-2 count. He looked at a fastball for a strike and then pulled one down the first base line for a foul. We're in the top of the fourth inning with a 1-1 tie. Bacon now looks at another curveball. It's low and away. 2-2 the count to the Mustang first baseman. Bacon playing first base for the first time this season. 3-1, and it's again off speed and low and away. So it was down 0-2 quickly. Now it's a full count at 3-2. Brett Maher is on deck, and then Brady Anderson. 1-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch from Brad Spinner, hit in the air to left center field. Hit very well. Going back is Justin Holt to the warning track, and he will slide, and it's up off the wall. And Connor Bacon will have a stand-up double. Now he's going to try for 3. Here's the relay throw to third base, and it's in time. The tag is applied, and Connor Bacon is gunned out at third base. I thought when he tried for 3, it probably wasn't the right decision because they got it to the relay man, the shortstop, Devin Morrill, pretty quickly, and yeah, it was not. Because Holt slid up against the fence and had to go down to a knee and grab it, and it did look a little bit awkward, but unfortunately it would have been a leadoff double. Turns into a double, and he got caught trying to extend that thing to a triple. That thing carried very, very well. Now Mars swings through one after a foul ball. So 1 up, 1 down, not the conventional way. It was the fourth hit for the Mustangs. Now Mar goes the opposite way. It's going to be caught, though, by Horsemeyer on a line. Drove it to right, but Horsemeyer was playing in, and he makes the catch, and a ball that was well struck by Mar, who is now 1 for 2 in the game. He had a double to left center field his last time up and has scored the only Mustangs run so far. Now it'll be Brady Anderson who bats with the bases empty and 2 outs. There's a swing and a chopper down the first base line. Johnny Coy able to handle that. That's a 1-2 count to Brady Anderson. 0 for 1 so far. He was out on the ground ball to the third baseman. Lewis Niemerg back in the second inning. Here's the 1-1 to Brady. He hammers one right down the first base line, but it's going to be foul. A diving stop by Day at first, and he thought that thing was fair, and I think he cracked his bat. So Brady Anderson will get some pine tar and get the tar back on the bat, but he cracked his bat that time after the ball was just foul down the first base line. Well, he hit it well, too, but a great stop by Day. He would have been out. Here's the 1-2 to Anderson. The Mustang catcher looked at a fastball high. I mentioned a hard guy to strike out. Doesn't take a ton of walks, though. He's usually up there swinging away. 2-2 the count. Anderson swings in a ground ball toward second base. About 3 hops to Privatura. He throws him out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Mustangs. They do get a hit, but the double was tried to turn into a triple. It's a first out in the inning, and then they get the next 2 batters in order. We're through 3.5, halfway home here in this 7-inning game in Game 1 of the doubleheader. It's a 1-1 tie between the Mustangs and the Sedalia Bombers right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
Hello, this is Lavelle Rucker. I encourage you to join me in voting for Gary Myers for Circuit Judge. Gary has 36 years of diverse legal experience and wrote the Call Before You Dig statute, which has saved countless lives. Gary has served as a leader with the American Red Cross, Family Guidance, Ag Expo, and United Way. Vote Gary Myers, Circuit Judge.
This commercial is paid for by the Committee to Elect Gary Myers Judge, Bertha Parker, Treasurer.
The same coat being used to protect the finish on that airplane can also be used on your car, truck, RV, and even motorcycle. Aviation Frog Polish, trademarked by Metzger Sales and Service Incorporated. It's a microscopic, invisible protective coating that repels dirt and water, reduces friction, and actually improves gas mileage. Use it on almost any surface: vinyl, plastic, fiberglass, rubber, polished metals. Frog Polish is easy to use. Just mist on, wipe, and then wipe again in a few minutes. Pick it up at Metzger Sales and Service in Graham or at Metzger.com.
There's 4 things you love: your family, your home, the Mustangs, and your car. Eastridge Car Washes can't help with the first 3. But boy, can they help with your car. Eastridge Car Washes are St. Joe's premier drive-through washes, offering wash options to fit any budget. Free vacs, hand dry, and the only washes in town to completely remove icky summer bugs. Show your car some love. Come to Eastridge Car Wash behind Firestone on Village Drive, next to the Highway Patrol on the North Belt. Proud to sponsor your St. Joe Mustangs.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball.
Down the line it goes!
On 680 KFEQ.
1-1 our scores. We go to the bottom half of inning number 4. It'll be Alex B., the catcher, leading things off for Sedalia. The 5, 6, and 7 hole hitters will bat here in the 4th inning. Halfway home here in this game 1 of a twin bill tonight. And here's the first pitch of inning number 4, and it's going to be fouled off the helmet. Alex B. looked over at the Mustang dugout and said, "I hit that off my head." It hit the plate, hit right back up the kind of the back part of his helmet. Wasn't in the front, but he does foul it away. He's down 0-1. Logan Jasek, fastball again, lower part of the zone, but it's a pretty low zone with this umpire behind the plate, and it's a no ball and a 2-strike count to B. He's 0 for 1. Popped up to Matt Wolnick his last time up. And there's a pitch that just missed outside. It's a 1 ball and 2-strike count. 1-1 our score here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. St. Joe and Sedalia played a 3-2 game back earlier this month, second game of the year. Off-speed stays outside. Now it's a 2 ball and a 2-strike count. Jasek now up to 53 pitches. He had thrown 49 through 3 innings. Wind blowing now from left to right. There's a called strike 3 inside corner, B. Newitt. And again, he's the catcher for Sedalia, so he probably knows the zone pretty well. But it was a called strike 3, and that's the first strikeout for Logan Jasek in the game. He's only walked 1, so he's limited his walks. He's allowed 3 base hits. 1 has been an extra base hit from Niemerg that scored a run, and now it'll be Jonathan Ramon who flew out to deep right center field. In Ramon, he was an all-star last year. He was in the home run derby in the Mink League for Sedalia. Now he hits one high and deep to right field. Going back is Richardson to the wall, and it is going to be up off the base of the wall. Ramon will round second base, and he will stay put right there. Boy, he has had 2 rockets to right center field. Cox ran down the first one, but Ramon, as I just said, he was in the home run derby and led the Mink League in homers last year with 10. He gets his first base hit this year. He just joined Sedalia. This is his first game with the Bombers. But he's first pitch swinging there in a double to right center field. So Jonathan Ramon at second base now with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Go-ahead run on base now for the Bombers. Ramon going opposite field to the opposite power alley a couple of times now against Logan Jasek. 4th hits, both teams now with 4 hits in the game. Second extra base hit for Sedalia. Logan's first pitch is a little bit outside for ball 1 to Devin Morrill. Morrill had a great AB and then walked and scored in the second. He saw 9 pitches and finally did walk. And he's a guy that has struck out 13 times and had only walked 4 times before the previous at bat. Squares to bunt, gets it down. Jasek has it. He thought about going to third base, and then he might have had a play, actually, but he wisely shifted those hips to throw back to first base and got the out. So Morrill gets him to third base. It's not a sacrifice, but he's now 0 for 1 in the game, but it does get Ramon to third base with 2 down. So Lewis Niemerg will have a chance. He drove in the first run of the game, back in the second with a double, but he was 2 for 24 before that. Ramon at third base. First pitch is in there for strike 1 from Logan Jasek. And the Omaha native plays at Ohio. He is from Millard West High School. Here's the 0-1. This is an off-speed pitch up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Niemerg again doubled off the fence in left center field. There have been 4 balls hit really off the wall or at the base of the wall in this game. It's a smaller park. There's the 1-1. It's upstairs. Didn't chase it. It's a 2 ball and 1 strike count. Double by Niemerg back in the second. The double just a second ago from Ramon, and then the doubles for the Mustangs. Last inning, we saw it off from Connor Bacon. There's one that misses low and inside. Breaking pitch is now going to make it 3-1. And also double by Brett Maher back in the second for St. Joe. 3 balls and a strike with 2 outs and a runner at third base. Go-ahead run is 90 feet away. Tried a high fastball, didn't chase it, and Niemerg will walk. So he's been on base both times. Now it'll be up to the 9-hole hitter, John Privatura. Again, he just wrapped up his freshman year at Missouri State. He was a redshirt, though. He's from Lee Summit. 5'8", 160-pound left-hander. Plays second base, hitting .256 this summer. No homers, 1 RBI. He bats left-handed. He flew out to the center fielder, Jacob Richardson, his last time up. Runners on the corners with 2 down. 1-1 our score here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. There's the first pitch, a little bit high. And it's not a, that was at the letters. Probably, if you have the K zone from ESPN out there, it's probably a strike. But with the umpire tonight, he hasn't called those high strikes. It's got to be low in the zone. 1 ball, no strikes to count to John Privatura. 1-0 pitch, stays upstairs again. Now Brady Anderson going to go out and talk to him. And Jasek had just walked 1. It came back in the second, but the man that he walked in the second came in to score. Just walked his second batter of the game here in the previous AB. Gave up the double to Ramon to right center field. Got the ground out, the bunt. 2 balls, no strikes to count now to the 9-hole hitter. Privatura, that's left-handed. Again, the Lee Summit native. Here's the 2 ball and no strike count. Pitch. Off speed stays high. 3 balls and no strikes. In danger of loading them and then having a dangerous hitter at the plate in Justin Holt, who has very good speed. 0 for 2 in the game, but anything that even isn't hit correctly, he can beat out because of his speed. Here's the 3-0. There's one right down the middle. Called strike number 1. Logan now at 17 pitches in the inning. He's nearing 70 pitches in the game through 3 2/3 so far. Here's the 3-1. Called strike 2. He's coming back, and he has come back to make the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-1. It's a 1-1 tie here in the bottom half of the 4th inning in Sedalia. Mustangs and Bombers playing 2 tonight. Jasek comes set, gets the sign from Anderson. Here's the 3-2. Line to left center field. Going over Zorencio Fisher has a play on it, and he will make it down the left field line as Logan Jasek comes back from a 3-0 count to retire the batter, and Privatura flies out to left. That will retire the side as they leave 2 on base. At the end of 4, it's a 1-1 tie between the Mustangs and the Sedalia Bombers right here on 680 KFEQ and the Mustangs Radio Network.
Eagle Communications protects your family with extensive severe weather coverage first. This severe weather coverage is brought to you by AIS, Affordable Insurance Solutions. When others say no, AIS says yes.
The National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Clinton County, northwestern Ray County, northeastern Clay County, and east central Buchanan County in northwest Missouri until 7:15. At 6:35, a severe thunderstorm is located near Stewartsville, or 7 miles north of Plattsburgh, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour.
This severe weather coverage from Eagle Communications has been brought to you by AIS, Affordable Insurance Solutions. When others say no, AIS says yes. Eagle Communications protects you and your family with extensive weather coverage first.
The redesigned Case IH Maxim Series tractors are now available at Durr Equipment in Savannah. These new tractors feature an improved cooling package and come equipped with fuel-efficient Tier 4 B-Final SCR-only technology. Other enhancements include a redesigned hood and roof, a longer wheelbase for improved turning radius, and 8 high-power LED lights. Optional continuously variable transmission technology is available on select models. For more information on Maxim Series tractors, visit Dura Equipment in Savannah.
Refrigerators? Nope. Dog food? Flour, seed, and mulch? Negatory. Potato chips and milk? Not even a chip in sight. At Brown Lumber, we sell real hardware supplies without all the fluff. If you need competitively priced power tools, lumber, and building supplies, now we have that. Just a simple, straightforward, locally owned hardware store for hardworking folks who simply want to get in, get their supplies, and get on with their day. Brown Lumber Company at 5th and Patey. Lumber? We have that.
You're listening to the St. Joseph Mustang. Let's slice them on 680 KFEQ.
Well, because of the severe weather update that we had, we're going to miss a home run from Tyler Cox. A leadoff solo home run. He went opposite field to right field, and Tyler Cox hits his second home run of the season on an 0-1 pitch. He found one off the right side, but Tyler Cox goes deep to right field, and the Mustangs take a 2-1 lead on that home run from Tyler Cox. Well, that was on a no-doubter, too. As soon as he hit that thing, it sounded good, looked good, hit it opposite field, and that's his second homer of the year. Again, he hit 16 this past year, his freshman year at Maple Woods. And now Matt Wolnick hits one high in the air to right center field, not nearly as deep, and coming over is Horstmeyer, and he will make the play in right center field, the right fielder. So now there's one out here in the top of the fifth inning. Dave Rigger back at Liberty Park Stadium. Thanks for joining us here on 680 KFEQ, St. Joseph, Missouri. It's a 2-1 Mustangs lead now with that home run from Tyler Cox. Back to the top of the order for the third time through, Orencio Fisher. As Obat's right-handed, and a ground ball toward third. It's a high chopper. Nieberg has to hurry. His throw gets Orencio by a step. He was first pitch swinging, now O is 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up and walked his first time. So that'll bring up Jacob Richardson. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error for Sedalia. 2 outs, nobody on base, and Richardson swings and fouls one back to the screen. Mustangs now with a 2-1 lead here in the fifth inning, and this is a 7-inning game, so it's like it's in the 7th inning right now, a regular game. Here's the 0-1. Good curveball that time. Froze Richardson, looked at it, and it's a called strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Richie. He's 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout and a fly out to right. Excuse me, to right. 0-2 in the turf. As again, they have turfed Liberty Park Stadium. On the infield anyway. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count with 2 down. Nobody on base. 1 run in with the solo homer to start the inning by Cox. There's a chopper that is fouled over by the Mustang dugout. They occupy the one down the first base line here on the road. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count with 2 down. 2-1 Mustangs here in the top of the fifth inning. Spinner's pitch, and it's lined to first on 1 hop. It's backhanded by Day. He will step on the bag, and that will retire Jacob Richardson. Mustangs, though, get a run on 1 hit. Solo home run from Tyler Cox. We go to the bottom half of the fifth inning at St. Joseph 2 and Sedalia 1 as we continue right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
States, and the sure ain't seen saving like those energy rebates.
KCP&L, not good at country songs, great at saving you money. We have 18 ways to save you a little or a lot. Find the one that's right for you at kcpl.com/save.
Save money and energy with kcpl.com/save.
Everyone has been there, that really awkward moment when you ask someone a question and they say,
Do you want me to Google that for you?
Don't be that business that never shows up because you still believe in a phone book. Don't be that business that thinks,
Everyone knows about me and my business.
Everyone doesn't know about your business. Get with the times. Eagle Web Services can help. Eagle Web Services helps with Google search, YouTube videos, Facebook, Instagram, and more.
I can do all of that on my own.
You can, but do you really have the time? Do you really know what you're doing?
Well, no, but I have a friend that can do it.
It's your call. Eagle Web Services is Google certified and Google award winning. Let the experts work with you.
Contact Jess at eaglewebservices.com. That's Jess at eaglewebservices.com. Do you really want me to say it one more time? Okay. JESS at EagleWebServices.com.
As a Buchanan County Commissioner, Dan Hausman has worked with many great county employees. He's also helped hundreds of people in the county. He's led the way in helping reduce costs and has held the line on county taxes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have been saved through better purchasing and working smarter. Economic development has always been a top priority. He's helped create over 2,600 new jobs and brought in over $825 million in new investments in Buchanan County. Experience counts. Vote for Dan Hausman, Eastern District Commissioner.
I'm Dan Hausman. This message is paid for by the Citizens for Dan Hausman. Donnie Miller, Treasurer.
You're listening to the St. Joseph Mustang, a slice and ball on 680 KFEQ.
Top of the order for Sedalia here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Justin Holt leads things off. He is 0 for 2 in the game as a 2-0 count. J6 2-0 pitch is fouled back to the screen. Justin Holt, their center fielder, came in a game hitting .283, hit .348, was an all-star last year for Sedalia. As the inaugural Mink League All-Star Game was held inside Phil Welton, will be again this year, this time on July the 7th, a Thursday. There's a swing and a miss. Now it's a 2-ball and 2-strike count. As Logan Jasek up over 70 pitches now. He's at 72. He was at 68 through 4. So the pitch count up there a little bit. But again, this is just a 7-inning game. So this is like he's pitching into the 7th inning of a normal game. 2-1 lead for the Mustangs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, going to get through for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Justin Holt and the Mustangs. We'll have to try and work around that. That's the first time in the game that Sedalia has had their leadoff man on. A couple times they've had their second man on, but now Quade Smith will dig in. He is 1 for 2 in the game. He has one of the 5 hits for Sedalia. Each team with 5 hits in the game. The Mustangs, though, have a 2-1 lead. Sedalia has the 1 error so far in the game. Smith squares to bunt, go to first base, and Holt didn't have a very big lead. Let's see if they play small ball. Holt has 5 steals in 7 attempts. Last year he had 5 steals in 9 attempts, but this past year at Nickel State he stole 14 bags. Smith keeps the bunt on and fouls it back. He's mad at himself. 1 ball and make it no balls and 1 strike. Horstmeyer is on deck. In 2, 3, and 4, a chance now. Let's see if they can get the runner into scoring position. Quade Smith, left-hander, playing left field. Again, he's squaring the bunt already. Here's the pitch, and it's way high, pulling the bat back to take the ball is Quade Smith. That's a 1 ball and 1 strike count. Smith had a base hit the last time these two teams played to open up near the beginning of the season. This is the first Mink League game for the Mustangs, second for Sedalia back on June the 2nd. Seems like a long time ago now, but again, just a few weeks back. Almost 3 weeks ago, Thursday. 2-1 lead, nobody out, 1 on, 1-1 count. Though to first base was not in time. Now Smith again squares to bunt, gets this one down. Logan Jasek has it. He'll go ahead and tag out Quade Smith. As those two, they've had a few words back and forth. And now Smith kind of stares him down with a big grin. Yeah, they're talking to each other. So Smith and Jasek just are now yelling at each other. Not at the moment, but they were. Smith yelled at him a little bit. And now Matt Johnson going to go out and talk. I think just to calm him down a little bit. They got the runner into scoring position. And now they're going to bring the entire infield in to see how they want to play this. It's a sacrifice bunt to get the man in the scoring position. Jasek tagged him. It wasn't anything crazy, and I'm not sure where it all started, but I saw the last at-bat, too, with Quade Smith up there. And now Matt Johnson. They're all kind of laughing out there, so Coach Johnson is telling them something. Again, just don't want anything to get out of hand. And the only batter that I've seen do that, or Jasek talk to, is Quade Smith. So now there's 1 out with a runner at second base. Tying run in the scoring position. Jasek now at 75 pitches. He's through 4 1/3 innings. The Mustangs do have a man up in the pen, though. Trying to see who that is. Here's the first pitch, and it's up the middle. That will get through for a base hit. Rounding third is Holt, and he will score as the ball is cut off by Connor Bacon. They play small ball. They get the sacrifice down. The man gets to second base, and they get the base hit through for an RBI single. There's West Coast baseball at its finest right there. Get that man in scoring position, give yourself a chance, and the single drives him in. So Horsemeyer gets the RBI, and he's had a good year. Horsemeyer leads this team now with 11 ribbies, batting in the 3-hole. So now 2 singles in the inning. 2 men reach base in the 4th inning after a perfect 3rd, so Logan having to try and work around a little bit of trouble. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Jordan Day. He is 0 for 2 in the game. He was out 5-3 on a ground ball to Cassiola his last time up. And there's one foul down the third base line. First time up, he was out another ground ball to third as a fielder's choice. He got the out at second base, but 2 ground balls to third off the bat of Jordan Day. And the Liberty native, it is called Day Field, so I'm guessing it's some relation. Here at Liberty Park Stadium. 2-2 tie now here, and a fly ball down the right field line. The man was off. Horsemeyer's going to have to go back. No chance for Cox to catch this. So 1 ball and 2 strike count now to Jordan Day, the first baseman. He played a year ago. This is his 3rd year with Sedalia, and again, he is a hometown kid, so he hit .299 a year ago, 4 homers and 25 RBI. And so far this year, .265 with a homer and 7 driven in. Here's the 1-2 from Jasek. He threw it upstairs, didn't chase it. 80th pitch by Jasek. Here through 4 1/3. On deck is Alex B., the catcher for the Bombers. Horsemeyer off of first base, 1 steal and 1 attempt. Had 12 steals, though, and there's a swing and a miss, throw down to first base, and Anderson threw to first, and Horsemeyer took off to second. So Anderson threw down to second base, thinking that Horsemeyer was going to go back after the strikeout. But unfortunately, Horsemeyer went down to second base, so he's going to get a stolen base after the strikeout. There are 2 outs now. Horsemeyer stole 12 bags in junior college, and there's his 2nd this summer. 2-2 tie, and now Alex B. fouls went over by the Mustang dugout down the first base line. B is 0 for 2. He struck out looking his last time up. That strikeout was the 2nd in the game by Logan Jasek. B bats left-handed. Now plays at William Woods after 3 years at Kansas State. Didn't play this past year, so he'll be a senior. He had 1 year to burn. There's a fastball that is evidently going to miss a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. That looked similar to many of the other pitches we've seen. Didn't get the call here. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count with 2 down. It's a 2-2 tie. Both teams have scored in the 2nd and 5th innings. 1-1, curveball, misses low and in. Now it's a 2 ball and 1 strike count to Alex B. B, a .211 hitter. His best year at K-State was his junior year before he transferred. Played in 33 games, hit .230 with a homer and 12 RBI. Didn't play a ton before that in his first 2 years in Manhattan. There's the 2-1. Fastball blew it right by him. Swing and a miss, and now it's a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Played in just 12 games his freshman year, 16 as a sophomore. Did hit .250 as a sophomore. That was his best average, but didn't have as many ABs. Here's the 2-2 with a man at second base and 2 down. Chopper toward first base. Connor Bacon will charge, grabs it, and he will step on the bag just in front of a diving Alex B. And that will retire the side. But Sedalia answers right back just like they did in the 2nd. They get one in the bottom half of the inning after the Mustangs took the lead, and we are tied at 2 after 5 as we go to the 6th. Listen to Mustangs baseball right here on the Mustangs Radio Network. Dave Riggard back inside Liberty Park Stadium. We're at Dave Field here in Sedalia. As the St. Joseph Mustangs playing a doubleheader against the Bombers. We go to the top of the 6th of Game 1. These are both 7-inning games. The Mustangs tied at 2 with Sedalia, and Davey Cassiolo will lead things off. He is 0 for 2 in the game. Brad Spinner still out there. That's his 85th pitch of the game. He's now into his 6th inning of work. Ball low to Cassiolo, who is 0 for 2. Flew out to center his last time up. There's a called strike. He struck out looking back in the first. So again, 0 for 2 as Davey came into the game, hitting .255, no homers and 5 RBI. Here's a foul over top of the Sedalia dugout down the third base line, and now he's behind the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tie ball game at 2. Sedalia's answered the 2 times the Mustangs have scored back in the 2nd and in the 5th. With 1 run apiece for each team. Fastball inside, Spinner kind of yelling. Essentially yelling at the umpire, but not looking in his direction. Not happy with the call that time. Brad Spinner, the left-hander, and now he gets the strikeout anyway. Swing and miss this time by Cassiolo, fishes for 1 low and away, and now there's 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. After the home run to Cox to lead off last inning, he's retired the next 4 batters that he has faced. Now it's Kyle Urich, who's 0 for 2 in the game with 0 for 1 in the game with a walk and a strikeout. And now they will pinch hit for Kyle Urich. So Urich going to get pinch hit for. It's going to be Evan McDonald. And again, he is the DH, so McDonald could stay in that DH spot if he wants to. Evans had a good start to the summer. He's 9 for 19, 474 average. It is sticking the lineup right now as he looks at a pitch outside for ball 1. Now he can't hold back. He tried to check his swing and couldn't. So a swing and a miss, and it'll be a 1 ball and 1 strike count to Evan McDonald. Now the DH in the game. As Kyle Urich finished 0 for 1 with a walk. 1-1 to Evan. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Fastball. Popped the mitt that time. 2-2 tie here in the top of the 6th, the 7-inning game. McDonald fouls one back to the screen. Again, we're set up just to the right of home plate, right by the screen, so that's why you can hear it so well when it does get fouled back. Here's the 2-2 to McDonald. He fouls one off the right side this time over the Mustang dugout. So he stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. He's played in 6 games. This will be number 7. 9 for 19, no homers, 2 RBI, 1 run scored. He has struck out twice and walked twice. The 2-2 to Evan. And he lines one to right center field. Coming over is Justin Holt, and he will get there in time as he runs it down in right center field. So Evan is retired. That's 5 straight now from Brad Spinner. Well, that'll be Connor Bacon. He doubled and got caught trying to extend it to a triple to lead off the 4th inning. As he went opposite field, he bats left-handed. He hit it to left center field, now fouls one back here. Foul ball makes it no balls and a strike. That's the 96th pitch now for Spinner as he nears 100 through 6 innings of work. Here's the 0-1. Off speed, stays in. Again, Bacon was 0 for 9 during his school ball at BC this past year. Played in 5 games, had 1 start. 0 for 9 with no homers and an RBI. That's a 2 ball and 1 strike count to Bacon. Struck out 4 times and did not walk in his limited appearances. Here's the 2-1, and it's lined to right. It'll get by the diving attempt of Jordan Day at first base. Now Bacon will round first, think about second, but he'll think better of it. He has his 2nd hit in the game. So Connor Bacon, he was 1 for 7 coming in. He's now 2 for 3 in this game. A line drive past the diving attempt of Day, and now both teams have 6 hits to go with their 2 runs. Trying to get a 2-out rally going with a runner at first base. Bacon no threat to Still, did not have a Still at BC and doesn't have one this summer with the Mustangs. Not a lot of chances, but there's a called strike to Brett Maher, who's 1 for 2. He lined out to right his last time up. Now foul ball back behind home plate. So he's down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. His Spinner is now over 100 pitches at 101 with that last pitch. Mark came into the game hitting .325 with 5 homers. Does have 2 triples on the season, no doubles, but has 2 triples. Triple here could score a run. Extra base hit will likely score a run. Bacon a short lead off of first base. The lefty spinner on the mound. Off speed, he spins one in there and just missed the outside corner. 1-2 the count now to Brett Marr. Marr, the Warrensburg native, not too far from Sedalia. Playing at Rockhurst now. Here's the 1-2. Fastball chopped toward third, not hit very hard. Niemerg has to charge, makes a quick throw, and off the bag comes Day, but he does apply the tag down the line, and that will retire this side here in the 6th. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's a 2-2 game between the Mustangs and the Sedalia Bombers as we continue here on the Mustangs Radio Network. Through a scoreless inning. He has thrown 3 scoreless innings so far. He's made 3 appearances. Each have been 1 run. He has allowed 0 hits, 0 runs, struck out 5, walked 2, and he has 1 save on the season. He is also a New York Tech guy, as he came with Lewis Melee and Dixon Marble. But the line now closed for Logan Jasek. Jasek cannot get a win, but he can't get a loss either, so he'll get a no decision. He'll stay at 1-0, but he threw well. 86 pitches in 5 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs. There's a swing by Jonathan Ramon, and he swings through that one, as it's a 1-strike count now. But Jasek, 86 pitches, 54 of them were for strikes. He struck out 2, walked 2, didn't hit a batter. So again, he threw pretty well tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Ramon. He doubled off the fence in right center field his last time up. Swings through this pitch, low and away. Good pitch again. Fastball low and away. Good spot for that ball. Jonathan Ramon, again, the home run leader in the Mink League last year with 10. He hit 10 this past year at Evansville University. That was his career high at Evansville. Now going out to talk to Diaz is Brady Anderson. Diaz plays at New York Tech. 6'2", 225-pound right-hander. He is from Miami. St. Brendan Catholic High School. This past year at New York Tech, he went 3-4, 4.44 ERA, 13 appearances, 9 of those were starts. In 48 2/3, he only allowed 47 hits and struck out 49, so those are pretty good numbers. He walked 26, and now he throws one of the backstop here as it ricochets off some of the concrete back there, and it goes all the way back to Diaz as it skips by Brady Anderson. 2 ball and 2 strike count so far this summer. In 3 innings, he has 5 Ks and 2 walks. It's almost 2-1 during his school ball, and he's over 2-1 right now so far with the Mustangs. Here's the 2-2. Ooh, he almost chased the high fastball, didn't do it. Good spot for that thing with 2 strikes on Ramon. Again, a guy that likes to swing. He didn't chase it, though, and now it's a 3 ball and 2 strike count. Ramon making his debut, hit .320 last year with 10 homers and 39 RBI for the Bombers. Here's the 3-2. Got him looking. Called strike on the inside corner. He threw his bat like he was going to walk. He looks back toward the umpire. And he has to walk slowly back to the dugout. So a called strike 3, and Diaz strikes out Jonathan Ramon. Well, he didn't like the call. We stared down the umpire for a long time after he flung the bat over like he was going to go get a walk. There's a called strike to Devin Morrow, who's 0 for 1. He tried a bunt on his last time, and Logan Jasek threw him out. So Diaz off to a good start, got the leadoff man, and now he's ahead 0-2 to Devin Morrow. Morrow walked his first time up in a 9-pitch AB against Logan Jasek. Morrow, the shortstop, he again plays at Nicholls State as well. .222 average this summer. No homers and 5 driven in. Fastball line back and out of play as it hits the screen. So he stays alive at no balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 game here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. This is a 7-inning game, so this is like we're in the 8th. These two had to play extras in a 2-2 game earlier this month. There's an off-speed pitch that stays outside. It was a 2-2 game at the end of 9 back on June the 2nd, and the Mustangs came away with a 3-2 win in the 10th. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's lined off the hands that time as he fouls it off to the right side. Got in and jammed him, but he fouled it off to the right side. Now it's going to stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lewis Niemerg is on deck for Sedalia. Here's the 1-2. Off speed was up and in. Now it's a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Another really good at bat from Morrill. He's struck out 13 times and walked 5, but from the ABs that he's had in this game, they've been great. He's seen a lot of pitches, and now he's worked the count full after he was down 0-2. So this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. He had a 9-pitch AB against Logan Jasek his first time up and drew the walk. He was down 0-2, fouled a couple pitches away, has seen a couple of balls now, and here's the 3-2. Popped him up. Will it get out of play? It's off to the right side. Mustangs give chase. Bacon's over there, also Marr, but not able to get there. So now this will be the 9th pitch of this at-bat. So Devin Morrill has done a good job of battling at the plate. In the 26 games and 3 starts he had at Nicholls State, he only struck out 7 times. So the 13 that he has so far this year, again, don't make sense from what we've seen today and what we saw with his numbers in college. Now he gets hit with an off-speed pitch. Great at bat again. And he's hit by a pitch. He was down 0-2. Worked the count full and now has been hit by a pitch. So Devin Morrill is on base. He has 3 steals in 5 attempts. He was 3 for 3 at Nicholls State in limited time. And now Lewis Niemerg will dig in, who has a double and a walk. He doubled home a run back in the 2nd inning off the wall in left field. He walked with 2 down in the 4th and was stranded. And the runner acted like he was going to go. He did not. There's a called strike on a fastball from Diaz. Devin Morrill off of first base. The Louisiana native. Not a very big lead. Diaz checks first base. Now brings it home. Fastball a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Lewis Niemerg. Niemerg again came in hitting .224. Again, that doesn't make any sense either from what we've seen so far in this game. He's had a really good at bat with a walk, and then he clobbered one to left field. 1-1. Runner goes, and it's chopped foul down the first base line as he yanks that one right by his coach. So Morrill was off on the pitch on the hit and run. It'll be a 1 ball and 2 strike count. He has to retreat back to first base. Both teams with 2 runs, both teams with 6 hits as we are in the bottom half of the 6th inning. First time the Mustangs have played here in Sedalia. They'll play again on Thursday, and then that's it. They don't come back here. 3 games here, 3 games in St. Joseph. Sedalia will be in St. Joe on the 30th, and then on July the 4th, as they always are. Good off-speed pitch, and a called strike, number 3. Great off-speed pitch on the outside corner, painted the black, and now there's 2 down. So 2 strikeouts from Diaz. He now has 7 in 3 2/3 innings with the Mustangs. Now the 9-hole hitter, John Privatura, will bat. He is 0 for 2 in the game. 2 flyouts, 1 to center, 1 to left in the 2nd and 4th innings respectively. He plays at Missouri State, was a redshirt this past year as a true freshman. Morrill at first base. We'll see if they put him in motion. He acts like he's going to go, does not go, and good pick out of the turf that time by Brady Anderson. It's a 1-ball count. So 2 strikeouts in the inning and the hit by pitch. Man at first with 2 down. That is the go-ahead run right now. In the turf again. Good stop by the backstop. Brady Anderson for the Mustangs. 2-2 tie. Bottom of the 6th inning with 2 down. Again, this is a 7-inning game with a doubleheader tonight. Go to first base. The tag is applied, but it's too late. Devin Morrill off the bag. And not a very big lead. Doesn't go. Pitch in the dirt. Gets away from Anderson. He will advance easily to second base. So now it's a 3-ball count. Diaz has 2 strikeouts in the inning, then a hit by a pitch after getting ahead 0-2. But again, a dangerous hitter and Holt on deck. So Privatura could give the Sedalia Bombers a lead here after that wild pitch. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Here's one right down the middle. Privatura had a 3-0 count his last at-bat, and then a couple of strikes from Logan Jacek, then he flew out to left field. Let's see if Diaz can do the same thing. Matt now at 23 pitches here in the inning. Here's the 3-1. It's going to be low. It's a 4. Make it a 5-pitch walk, and now there are 2 on with 2 out, and it's back to the top of the order. Again, Holt had a base hit his last time up and scored as he led off the 5th inning with that ground ball back up the middle. Holt was a Mink League All-Star a year ago for Sedalia. And let's see if they go to the pen. Matt Johnson is going to come out. Steve D'Amico is warming right now in the pen, the Mustangs closer. Diaz looked good early, got the strikeout of Ramon, and was at 0-2 on Morrill, then hit him after the count got to 3-2, then struck out Niemerg. And then he walked Privatura on 5 pitches. So let's see if he goes to the pen or not. And the only man warming is D'Amico. Again, as the closer, last appearance that he made, he blew a save. As the Mustangs lost to Ozark on Friday, 10-7. Got a long conversation now. The umpire going to go out and break it up, and they're going to go to the pen. So we'll take a break. Pitching change for the Mustangs. Looks like Steve D'Amico is going to come into the game for St. Joseph. 2-2 tie with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. This is St. Joseph Mustangs baseball on the Mustangs Radio Network.
J&B Outdoors knows that you have many options when it comes to purchasing firearms, archery, hunting, fishing, and trapping gear. They also know that many of those options don't provide the local expertise, friendly customer service, and one-on-one hands-on experience that will make your time in the outdoors more successful. From live bait and fishing tackle to archery, firearms, hunting, and trapping gear, J&B Outdoors at the corner of Pickett and Leonard Road in St. Joseph has you covered.
The redesigned Case IH Maxim Series tractors are now available at Dura Equipment in Savannah. These new tractors feature an improved cooling package and come equipped with fuel-efficient Tier 4 B-Final SCR-only technology. Other enhancements include a redesigned hood and roof, a longer wheelbase for improved turning radius, and 8 high-power LED lights. Optional continuously variable transmission technology is available on select models. For more information on Maxim Series tractors, visit Dura Equipment in Savannah.
You take pride in your lawn. That's why you spend those extra hours making it look lush and pristine. You want to spend that time on your lawn, not on cleaning your mower. What if there was an easy button to clean and change your blades? Metzger Sales and Service now offers the new Raptor Flip-Up Mowers by Hustler with quick flip-up technology, effortless cleaning, automated deck height adjustment, and less storage space in a push of a button. Come check out the Raptor family today at Metzger Sales and Service in Graham. They will try to beat any deal on comparable equipment. Online at Metzger.com.
The pitch.
You're listening to St. Joe's Summer College Baseball Team.
Swinging a line drive, base hit center field.
On 680 KFEQ.
Steve D'Amico is the new pitcher for the Mustangs, young man that plays at Coastal Carolina, and unfortunately for him, wasn't on the travel roster, so he's not playing at the College World Series right now. Good for the Mustangs, not so good for him, but his team was able to beat the number 1 overall seed Florida last night, and we'll see if he goes back to Coastal Carolina. Actually, he was a senior. He had 1 year left, but Steve D'Amico played at Coastal Carolina, made 2 appearances, did not have a decision, 3 earned run, as he appeared in 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Did blow a save his last time out. D'Amico blew a save as the Mustangs took a 6-5 lead against the Ozark Generals, but it wasn't all his fault. He did walk 2 in that 9th inning, but also there were 2 errors in the inning. He gave up 5 in the inning, and 2 of them were earned. So now Steve D'Amico trying to get the last out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. 2 on, 2 out. Runners at first and second for Justin Holt. First pitch he sees is just off the corner for ball number 1. D'Amico started him off with a breaking pitch, and he kind of had a grimace that time. He thought he had the strike. So Steve D'Amico, the Overland Park, Kansas native, went to Shawnee Mission South and Maple Woods for 2 years. 1-0, fastball up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. On deck is Quade Smith. Holt, the leadoff man for the Sedalia Bombers. 1 for 3 in the game with a single his last time up the middle. He bats right-handed, plays center field. And plays at Nicholls State. 2-0 pitch. Overthrew that. It's in the turf. It gets away, and it hit his foot. So it's going to blow the play dead anyway. So now, back-to-back free passes. The bases are now loaded. Hit by pitch. Well, first of all, going back to the end of the inning, as Diaz saw the first 4. Strikeout looking. A hit by pitch after an 0-2 count. Strikeout looking, then a walk. And now D'Amico came in, and he gets the hit by pitch. So bases loaded for Quade Smith. The go-ahead and potential winning run 90 feet away now with 2 down. 2-2 tie. And now it's in the turf and a great stop by Anderson. Boy, Devin Morrow was on his way home. He had to put on the brakes. He was going to try and score. And it is ball 1. D'Amico has not thrown a strike yet on 4 pitches. And has hit a batter. Quade Smith bats left-handed. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a ground ball towards second. Marr has it. He'll go step on second base to retire the side, and the Mustangs work around that bases-loaded 2-out jam. We go to the 7th. It's a foul inning here in this one, but we may have extras. But it's a 2-2 tie between the Mustangs and the Sedalia Bombers as we continue right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
Best Central Outdoor answers for any season. They're selling the highest quality equipment. Check out their newest line of Echo products. Hustler, Walker, Right Standard mowers, Easy Go golf carts, and much more. Midwest Central Outdoor believes in old-fashioned values and friendly and exceptional service. Customer service is Midwest Central Outdoor's #1 priority. They stand behind all sales and service. They have a highly skilled service center and can service any small gas engine. Midwest Central Outdoor, off Highway 71, just north of I-29 and exit 53.
It's time to get your bogey, eagle, and birdie on the dance floor. Tee off at Duncan Hills Golf Course in Savannah, where you'll find 18 holes of magnificent greens. They offer more than just quality, affordable golf. Take advantage of tee times at a special price when you visit them online. Dust off those clubs, grab your family and a group of friends, and let the games begin. Make Duncan Hills Golf Course in Savannah your next golfing experience. Duncan Hills Golf, where a bad day at golf always beats a good day at work. DuncanHillsGC.com.
Want your kids to eat right? Treat them to more fruits and vegetables. They'll have more energy and feel fuller longer. This is registered dietitian nutritionist Melissa Dobbins. When your kids have a snack attack, save the day with a nutritious treat. Peel a banana, dip in yogurt, roll and crush cereal, and freeze. Or serve a pita stuffed with ricotta cheese, apple slices, and a dash of cinnamon. A registered dietitian nutritionist can help with more ideas. Or check out the recipes at kidseatright.org.
You're listening to the St. Joseph Mustangs. Let's slice them all on 680 KFEQ.
Bottom third of the order for Matt Johnson, St. Joseph Mustangs. Dave Rigger back at Liberty Park Stadium in Sedalia. And it's an off-speed pitch swung on and missed after a foul ball from Brady Anderson. He's 0 for 2 in the game and behind 0-2 in the count, as Anderson, his last time up, was out 4-3 and out 5-3 back in the second. So 2 groundouts from the Mustang catcher. Now a ground ball towards second again. Charging is Privatura, and he'll throw out Brady Anderson by a couple of steps. So leadoff man retired here in the 7th inning, and Brad Spinner is out for the 7th inning. Again, this is a 7-inning game, so Tyler Cox will try and break the tie, which he did back in the 5th with a solo home run to right. He is 2 for 2 in the game. Had a single up the middle his first time up. That came back in the second inning, and he was able to drive a run, so he has driven in both runs. Off speed, called strike number 1, as the first pitch was high. So Cox is 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. See if the big right-hander can get a hold of something here. Ball's carried pretty well here tonight. 2 balls and a strike, fastball outside. Cox getting a .386 average with 16 dingers this past year. He's got 2 now for the Mustangs and 10 RBI. Being very careful with Cox. It's outside, ball 3, 3 balls and a strike with Matt Woolnick on deck. He is the 9-hole hitter. Cox has 2 of the 6 Mustang hits. Off speed outside, so again, they're very careful with Cox. And that's a walk from Brad Spinner. He's now at 111 pitches. So now the 9-hole hitter Matt Woolnick will bat with a runner at first base. And that's the first walk issued by Brad Spinner. He's done a pretty good job tonight. Actually, a heck of a job tonight. He has 6 strikeouts, and that's his first walk. And now Matt Woolnick, who is 1 for 2 in the game. He flew out to right his last time up, but he had a single and was caught stealing back in the second. He singled back up the middle. Looks at a strike from Spinner. He's behind the count, no balls and a strike. Cox gets back to first base as they throw over there. Not in time. On the season, Matt is hitting .229. No homers and 5 RBI. Another throw to first base didn't get him. A little closer than I think Cox wanted it to be. He didn't go diving back to the bag or anything. He just kind of stepped back, but it was fairly close. A 1 pitch. B acted like he was going to throw down to the first base bag. He didn't. Cox was able to retreat. Now Woolnick looks at strike number 2. Fastball inside corner. Now it's a no ball and 2 strike count to the Mustang shortstop. He'll be a senior at Webster University in St. Louis from Naperville, Illinois. He's a Chicago native, and he's a Cubs fan. Chicago area native. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out. Tie game here in the top of the 7th inning. There's the 0-2. Off speed, lined right to second, and Cox has to get back, and will he? He will not. They double up. Tyler Cox off of first base, and the liner to second baseman John Privatura off the bat of Matt Woolnick. That will retire the Mustangs in the top of the 7th inning. So they will try and get a walk-off win now, as it is the bottom half of the 7th inning coming up. The 7th-inning game as we continue in game 1 of this doubleheader. It's a 2-2 tie going to the bottom half of the 7th right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
He's also helped hundreds of people in the county. He's led the way in helping reduce costs and has held the line on county taxes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have been saved through better purchasing and working smarter. Economic development has always been a top priority. He's helped create over 2,600 new jobs and brought in over $825 million in new investments in Buchanan County. Experience counts. Vote for Dan Hausman, the Eastern District Commissioner.
I'm Dan Hausman. This message is paid for by the citizens for Dan Hausman. Donnie Miller, Treasurer.
There are 2 universal truths that every ATV owner knows. ATVs are awesome. Middlemen are not. Scooters Power Sports services the brands you love. Polaris, Can-Am, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Honda. And when you bring it in for service, no middleman. You'll talk directly to a mechanic who'll tell you what's wrong and the best way to fix it. They also carry new and used ATVs and side-by-sides and offer dealer financing at rates as low as 1.99%. Check them out online at scooterspowersports.com. Scooters Power Sports. Ride them like you can afford to fix it.
The pitch.
You're listening to St. Joe's Summer College Baseball Team.
Swinging a line drive, base hit center field.
On 680 KFEQ.
One defensive change for the Mustangs is Ozzie Rodriguez is going to come behind the plate now for Brady Anderson. So Rodriguez in to play catcher for the St. Joseph Mustangs. And Steve D'Amico, who got the final out of the 6th inning, stays out there. It'll be Dalton Horstmeyer to lead things off for Sedalia. First pitch from D'Amico is a fastball in there for strike number 1. Horstmeyer so far in the game is 2 out of 3. He has 2 of their 6 hits. Both teams have 2 runs. Both teams have 6 hits here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Again, this is a 7-inning game. There's a big breaking ball that time from D'Amico. It's in there for strike number 2. Horstmeyer singled, stole a base, was stranded back in the 5th inning. And he singled back up the middle, back in the 1st inning. And a ground ball left out of the infield, backhanded by Wolnick. Makes a strong throw and just barely got him. Good hustle by Horstmeyer, but a good strong throw by Wolnick as he had to charge that thing to his right to not let it get too deep into the hole. It's short, and he made a good, accurate throw. So leadoff man retired here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And again, this is a 7-inning game, so they can get a walk-off win here. Jordan Day will bat now, who is 0 for 3 in the game. The Sedalia native struck out swinging his last time up. Fastball inside for ball 1. Prior to the 5-run inning, 2 earned, last outing for Steve D'Amico, he had not allowed a run. He had been very, very good, had 3 saves, and now there's a hard hit ball to the left, but playable. Orencio Fisher goes back. He'll make the catch in front of the warning track, and that will retire Jordan Day. Didn't get all of that. A few folks thought that might have a chance to get out, but it was well playable in front of the warning track. So now there's 2 outs. But D'Amico, last year was the closer for the Mustangs. He went 1-1 with a 3.45 ERA, appeared in 16 games, struggled a bit late. He had 5 saves for St. Joe. 1 blown save, 15 2/3 innings, just 13 hits allowed. He had 22 Ks and 9 walks in those 15 2/3 innings. Right now he's got 9 Ks in 8 innings, so more than 1 per inning. Now it's a 2-ball and no strike count to Alex B., the catcher, who was 0 for 3. Was out 3 unassisted his last time up, struck out looking in the 4th, and was on a pop up to Wolnick at short his first time up. Now a ball in the turf here at Liberty Park Stadium. It's a 3-ball count. 3 balls, no strikes, the count to Alex B. Throws a fastball right down the middle. D'Amico walked 2 in that 5-run inning back on Friday in the 10-7 loss. Here's the 3-1. Fouls and swings. Such a swings and fouls it down the left field line. 3-2 the count. Now it's full. Let's see if D'Amico can come back and get him. 2-2 our tie here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. And the pitch is low and inside. So he walks, and winning run is on base now for Sedalia. It will bring up a dangerous hitter in Jonathan Ramon. So Ramon, a very dangerous hitter, has a double in this game. Struck out looking his last time up. He was robbed of an extra base hit back in the 2nd inning with a good running catch by Tyler Cox. Again, he led the Mink League in homers last year with 10. First pitch is going to be to the backstop. Curveball in the dirt, goes all the way to the backstop, and it will be a wild pitch. Ozzie Rodriguez goes to chase it down, but now the winning run's in scoring position. D'Amico getting a little bit wild. So B in scoring position now, and he is the winning run. It's a 7-inning game here in the first of these 2. One ball, no strikes, the count to Jonathan Ramon. Honestly, right now, I would be very, very careful with Ramon. Now, Morrill's on deck. He's been a pesky hitter at the plate, but does not have a hit. Ramon can end this game with 1 swing. I would be very, very careful. Fastball. Boy, he missed his spot. That was inside. It was a ball, but Rodriguez was set up outside. So D'Amico having some trouble locating right now. I mentioned Ramon had a career high in homers at Evansville this past season. He had 10. 10 homers, 39 RBIs for the Bombers last year, 10 and 39 for Evansville this past season. Pitch is low and away, and again, I think they're working around Ramon now. Nobody's warming in the pen right now. Just Coach Johnson walking back behind the dugout. Three balls and no strikes. See if they just put him on base. It's not going to be an intentional walk, but as Rodriguez sets up way outside. 3-0 is low and outside. And D'Amico yells at himself, but I think they were working around him, but none of those pitches were close. So now it'll be Devin Morrill. He's had 3 really good ABs, but no hits to show for it. He's been on base twice. He was hit by pitches last time after an 0-2 count. He's had 2 9-pitch at-bats, and he was out trying to bunt 1-3 back in the fourth. Winning run at second base. There are 2 on with 2 out. D'Amico's pitch is fouled away. Good swing by Devin Morrill. But the main thing there is D'Amico gets ahead, no balls and a strike. Morrill, the shortstop for the Bombers. Rodriguez again sets up outside. Here's the pitch, curveball, and that did not break much. It stayed way high and away. Not much bite on the curveball right now from Steve D'Amico, which at times can be an out pitch for him, not just his fastball. 2 on, 2 out, winning run at second base. It's a 2-2 tie here in the 7th. Here's the 1-1 from D'Amico. Fastball hits him. Holy smokes, he's having a heck of a time finding home plate. So now nowhere to put him. Bases loaded, and that brings up Lewis Niemerg. Niemerg struck out looking his last time up, and now Blake Hardiger going to go talk to Steve D'Amico. So D'Amico with a good start to the inning. He got the 6-3 ground out, the fly out to left, although it was hit pretty well, and then he walked B, he walked Ramon, and he has hit Morrill. Now Lewis Niemerg, who is the third baseman, the 8-hole hitter for Sedalia, a chance to win it. Winning run is 90 feet away now for Sedalia in the 7th-inning game. Hardiger with a long conversation with D'Amico, and now they're going to go break it up. Now, Niemerg came into this game 2 for 24 with no extra base hits. He does have a double off the wall in this game. Struck out looking his last time up and then walked in the 4th. So he's 1 for 2 in the game, but came in 2 for 24. So he was certainly slumping until his first AB. Lucas Niemerg, he plays at Maryville University for the Hounds in St. Louis. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning. And a swing and a miss on a fastball. Big cut for Niemerg. He was trying to end it with a swing. He just needs a base hit right now. Winning run, again, at third base. 3 free passes. Mustang pitchers have hit 3 batters the last 2 innings. Make it 4, Check swing down the first base line, going to be wide of first, and now D'Amico way ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Jasek walked 2 and struck out 2 through 5. The 2 relief pitchers, Diaz and D'Amico, the last 2 innings have not allowed a hit, but they have hit 3 batters, and they've walked 3 batters. So 6 have reached, but none have scored yet. Here's the 0-2 from D'Amico. Fastball called! No, man, I thought he got the called strike on the outside corner. As did the Mustang dugout and the players in the field. Thought he got the called strike 3 outside corner, didn't get it. Now a 1 ball and 2 strike count. Here's the 1-2 again. Fastball chased it high, and he did swing and miss this time. Chased ball number 2. And that will retire the Bombers as Steve D'Amico got into trouble, but he got out of the trouble, and we're playing extras for the 2nd time against the Sedalia Bombers this season. The St. Joseph Mustangs and Sedalia tied at 2 after 7. We go to extras as we continue right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
You love your family, your home, the Mustangs, and your car. Eastridge Car Washes can't help with the first 3, but boy, can they help with your car. Eastridge Car Washes are St. Joe's premier drive-through washes, offering wash options to fit any budget. Free vacs, hand dry, and the only washes in town to completely remove icky summer bugs. Show your car some love. Come to Eastridge Car Wash behind Firestone on Village Drive, next to the Highway Patrol on the North Belt. Proud to sponsor your St. Joe Mustangs.
Oh, I've been driving that old pickup across all these 50 states, and I sure ain't seen saving like those energy rebates.
KCP&L, not good at country songs, great at saving you money. We have 18 ways to save you a little or a lot. Find the one that's right for you at kcpl.com/save.
Save money and energy with kcpl.com/save.
It's time to get your bogey, eagle, and birdie on the dance floor. Tee off at Duncan Hills Golf Course in Savannah, where you'll find 18 holes of magnificent greens. They offer more than just quality, affordable golf. Take advantage of tee times at a special price when you visit them online. Dust off those clubs, grab your family and a group of friends, and let the games begin. Make Duncan Hills Golf Course in Savannah your next golfing experience. Duncan Hills Golf, where a bad day at golf always beats a good day at work. DuncanHillsGC.com.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball.
Down the line it goes!
On 680 KFEQ.
Here in game one of this doubleheader in Sedalia, as this is a 7-inning game, we go to the 8th as St. Joseph and Sedalia are tied at 2. Be the top of the order for the Mustangs. Fisher, Richardson, and Cassiola, as they will see a new pitcher. Brad Spinner goes 7 complete, gives up 2 runs on 6 hits. He threw very well tonight. Struck out 6 and walked 2. Now Blaine Fisher comes on, the lefty from Pittsburgh State. He just wrapped up his sophomore year there. Here's the first pitch to Orencio Fisher, and he swings through a pitch really low. Was 0 for 2 in the game. He had a ground ball to third his last time up. He struck out in the second, and he walked and was stranded in the first inning. Did have a stolen base in that frame. Now he lines one off the end of the bat to the first baseman, and he's going to catch it. Jordan Day will grab it and retire Orencio Fisher. There's a 1 up, 1 down. Mustangs having a hard time getting their leadoff man on. Jacob Richardson is 0 for 3 in the game. Again, he is now just 8 for 55 this summer. He's been struggling. There's a called strike inside corner. The numbers on Fisher this summer, this will be his 7th appearance. Everything's been out of the pen. No decisions, but a 1.64 ERA. In 11 innings. Here's the 0-1 to Richardson. Swings through a breaking pitch, and now it's a no ball and 2 strike count. Fisher's only allowed 6 hits in 11 innings. He's allowed 3 runs, 2 have been earned. He has 13 Ks and 6 walks in those 11 innings. 0-2 to Richardson. Long look in, and he shakes him off a couple more times, and now time has been called by Richardson. Is Fisher trying to get the right pitch, the one that he wants right now. Fisher from Olathe, Kansas. He went to Olathe South High School. 6 foot, 180-pound left-hander. Fastball is low, and now it's a 1 ball and 2 strike count to Richardson. Richardson was out 3 and assisted his last time up. Flew out to right in the 3rd and struck out looking in the 1st. Both teams only have 6 hits and 2 runs. Top of the 8th inning, Richardson swings through this one. Breaking pitch low and away. And quickly 2 up, 2 down on 6 pitches for Blaine Fisher. That'll be the 3-hole hitter, Davey Cassiola, who was 0 for 3 in the game as well. The top 4 hitters in the lineup for the Mustangs do not have a hit. They have 2 walks, but no hits. So they have not been able to set the stage for the rest of the lineup. First pitch outside for ball 1 to Davey Cassiola. 0 for 3 in the game, came in hitting 255, no homers and 4 RBI. Now there's a shot to the shortstop. He dives and makes the catch in the hole at short as Devin Morrow will grab that one, and that retires Cassiola, who was robbed of a base hit, and the Mustangs go in order in the 8th. Again today, we'll try and get a walk-off as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2-2 our scores. We continue from Liberty Park Stadium in Sedalia right here on 680 KFEQ.
As a Buchanan County Commissioner, Dan Hausman has worked with many great county employees. He's also helped hundreds of people in the county. He's led the way in helping reduce costs and has held the line on county taxes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have been saved through better purchasing and working smarter. Economic development has always been a top priority. He's helped create over 2,600 new jobs and brought in over $825 million in new investments in Buchanan County. Experience counts. Vote for Dan Hausman, Eastern District Commissioner.
I'm Dan Hausman. This message is paid for by the citizens for Dan Hausman. Donnie Miller, Treasurer.
As legendary Baltimore Orioles manager Earl Weaver once said, the key to winning baseball is pitching, fundamentals, and 3-run home runs. At Rock Ridge Steel, the key to winning is quality products, quick delivery, and exceptional customer service. Rock Ridge Steel offers steel from 1 inch to 1 truckload to contractors, farmers, and city folk too for home improvements. So when you need steel, see a winner. That's Dan Riley at Rock Ridge Steel in Elwood, Kansas. Rock Ridge Steel. Rock solid steel at rock bottom prices. Proud sponsor of the St. Joe Mustangs.
When your home is for sale, it's important to keep medications out of the wrong hands during open houses or showings. While decluttering, remove medications from bathroom cabinets where they are open to misuse and abuse by visitors. The Aware Prescription Drug Safety Program suggests storing medications in a lockbox or hidden location instead. Learn more at awarerx.org, a public service from National Association of Boards of Pharmacy Foundation.
The pitch. You're listening to St. Joe's Summer College Baseball Team.
Swinging a line drive, base hit center field.
On 680 KFEQ.
And hitter John Privatura will be first pitch swinging here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, and he will ground out to Brett Maher. 1 pitch, 1 out, as we are tied at 2 here in the bottom half of the 8th. I am Dave Rigger back at Liberty Park Stadium. As Steve D'Amico stays out there, he's now through an inning and 2/3 as he completed the inning in the 7th. He got the last out in the 6th inning. He gets the first out here in the 8th. Back to the top of the order for Justin Holt. Holt 1 for 3 in the game. There's a great breaking pitch. Didn't break when he first started, but there's a good breaking pitch for a called strike. Holt was hit by pitches last time up. Then was the third out in the 6th inning as he was the fielder's choice out at second base. He did score a run to tie the game in the 5th inning, and now he pops one foul out of play, and he's behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Holt grounded out to the third baseman Cassiel to begin the game back in the 1st, and he flew out to the second baseman Brett Maher back behind second base. His second at-bat in the 2nd inning. 2-2 tie here in the bottom half of the 8th. No balls and 2 strikes to count to the center fielder for Sedalia. Rodriguez sets up outside. He chased a pitch in the dirt, but it skips away and goes to the backstop, so he will get on base. A good breaking ball that he chased, but again, it bounces up, goes to the backstop. He gets the K, but not the out. So now a dangerous runner on base, and Quade Smith at the plate for Sedalia. So Holt gets struck out, but he's at first base. There's still just 1 out. Winning run on base now with 1 down. That'll bring up Quade Smith. He was out on a fielder's choice to second his last time up. With a sacrifice bunt in the 5th. 1 for 3 in the game. Had a single left field. Now he lines one up the middle for a base hit. Holt stays put at second base. Throw goes to third as Cassiel has to knock it down. Almost got away from him. But now, back-to-back runners get on base. Instead of a 2-out single, though, now there are 2 on with 1 out. Quade Smith now 2 for 4 in the game, the 7th hit in the game for Sedalia. Holt at second. He is the winning run. He was driven in by Horstmeyer back in the 5th inning as he was at second base after the sac bunt by Quade Smith. Horstmeyer has an RBI and is 2 for 4 in the game. He was out 6-3 his last time up. There's a breaking ball outside. Steve D'Amico now through an inning and 2/3. Horstmeyer single up the middle for a base hit in the 5th. Flew out to right in the 3rd and had a single to left field in the 1st inning. I mentioned the ground out. Ooh, there's a good breaking ball that he waves at that time. It's a ball and 1 strike. Horstmeyer got out 6-3 to Wolnick his last time up. He takes a deep breath, steps out of the batter's box, and now steps back in. He's toward the back of it, has his foot on that back line of the batter's box. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Runners at first and second. Winning run in scoring position. Another breaking pitch and a good dig out of the dirt. Swinging and missing is Horstmeyer. D'Amico now going more to the breaking ball, and he's throwing it much better now than what he did early in the game. And a good dig again out of the turf that time by Ozzy Rodriguez. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 1 out. Jordan Day is on deck for Sedalia. Here's the 1-2. Fastball high. Tried to get him to chase it. Did not. Niemerg did last inning for the 3rd out with the bases loaded, but Horstmeyer does not right now. So it's a 2 ball and 2 strike count. Again, winning run in scoring position. A speedy runner in Holt. Quade Smith at first. Horstmeyer plays right for the Bombers. Here's the 2-2. Curveball got him. Swung on and missed. Boyd chased a pitch that was in the left-hand hitter's batter's box. So D'Amico gets a big strikeout there. That's the third since coming on in relief. And now it's up to Jordan Day with a runner at second base. Jordan Day digs in. He's 0 for 4 in the game. Flew out to deep left his last time up. Again, the winning run is in scoring position. First pitch is swung on and foul, tipped in the glove of Ozzie Rodriguez. So D'Amico trying to go more than 2 innings. Again, he normally is the closer, goes an inning. Gonna go, he's gone 2 right now. He's trying to get through 2 1/3. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball for a strike. He's ahead 0-2 of Jordan Day, who's 0 for 4 in the game. He had a ground out, 2 ground outs, the strikeout and the fly out to deep left. Way ahead is D'Amico. Let's see if he goes upstairs again. He has lately. Breaking pitch got him. And he will tag out Jordan Day. And Steve D'Amico able to throw that breaking ball as Rodriguez behind the plate, able to stop them and got the 3 and 4 hole hitters to chase. And the Mustangs will play another extra inning. Through 8. 2-2 tie between the Mustangs and the Sedalia Bombers as we continue right here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
There are 2 universal truths that every ATV owner knows. ATVs are awesome. Middlemen are not. Scooters Power Sports services the brands you love. Polaris, Can-Am, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Honda. And when you bring it in for service, no middleman. You'll talk directly to a mechanic who'll tell you what's wrong and the best way to fix it. They also carry new and used ATVs and side-by-sides and offer dealer financing at rates as low as 1.99%. Check them out online at scooterspowersports.com. Scooters Power Sports. Ride it like you can afford to fix it.
Your trailer is a workhorse, hauling farm equipment, falling trees, drywall, bags of feed, fill dirt. It really takes a beating, and nothing holds up to that beating like a quality-built steel trailer from Finish Line. And right now at Metzger Sales and Service, they have some great deals on Finish Line trailers, like a car hauler 82x16 for $29.99, or a 5x10 single-axle dump box for $21.99. Come check them all out in Metzger Sales and Service in Graham, online at Metzger.com.
Listen every Sunday morning for the Lutheran Hour on 680 KFEQ at 8:30. The Lutheran Hour has been delivering the message of Christ for over 75 years, with over 30 years at the same time, same day on 680 KFEQ. Listen for messages of hope, faith, and promise with different speakers, all committed to delivering the message of Christ with true meaning and power. The Lutheran Hour at 8:30 every Sunday morning on the Talk of St. Joe, 680. KFEQ.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball.
Down the line it goes!
On 680 KFEQ.
First pitch from Blaine Fisher here in the top of the 9th inning, which is the second extra inning here in this first game of the doubleheader, is a strike for a no ball and 1 strike count to Evan McDonald. Now a ground ball towards second. Nice high hop for Privatura, and he will throw out Evan McDonald. So quickly 1 out here to start the top of the 9th inning. Neither team able to do much offensively today. He's had more chances with runners on base. The Mustangs did the first 2 innings. Only got 1 run out of it. Really, they should have had a couple more. They got 1, and now it's a 2-2 game here in the 9th inning, our second extra inning. Now Bacon swings and misses. So St. Joseph has never trailed in the game. They led 1-0, and then Sedalia answered back in the second. Here's the pitch to Bacon. Curveball stays in. This is Fisher's second inning of work. Mustangs got 1 in the second. Sedalia answered with 1 in the second. Mustangs got 1 in the 5th. And Sedalia answered with 1 in the 5th. Bacon looks at a fastball low. It's a 2 ball and 1 strike count now. Two and 1 to the Boston College Eagle. Now it's a 3 ball and 1 strike count. He is 2 for 3 in the game. He has 2 of the 6 hits. He has 2, and Cox has 2. Here's the 3-1 to Connor, and he looks at one on the inside corner. Started to turn toward first base, but it is a called strike to make it a full count. Fisher has retired the first 4 batters he has faced. Bacon now looks at one that almost hit him inside, and Fisher walks him. So a 1-out walk, and the go-ahead run on base now for St. Joe.
Now to bat number 44, Brett Marr.
Brett Marr will hit with Ozzie Rodriguez on deck. 2-2 our score here in our second extra inning. We're in the ninth. 2 7-inning games this evening. And now it looks like they will have a pinch runner come on. So Jake Alou, who came on to pinch run last night, he just joined the team from Boston College. And he will fill in for his Boston College teammate. So Alou will be the runner. And he stole a base in last night's game at Nevada in his debut. A lefty on the mound. Here's the pitch home, and it almost hit Marr. It's inside. So they bring out a pinch runner. They'll take Bacon out of the game, who has 2 of the 6 hits. But if they can get the run, they'll take it. Marr is 1 for 3 in the game with a double. His first time up back in the second inning. He scored the first run of the game. As Cox knocked him in. Third of first base is not in time. Marr lined out to right in the 4th inning. And then Brett had a ground out to the third baseman, Niemerg. That came in the 6th. We are in the 9th. Alou now running at first base. Here's the 1-0. It is going to be a little bit low. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Fisher did not like that call. He thought he had at least strike number 1 there, but now it's a 2-ball and no strike count from Fisher to Brett Marr. And Fisher plays at Pittsburgh State. This past year he was 0-2 with a 7.78 earned run average. He's had a good summer, though, with the Bombers. Fastball high, throw down at first base. Alou dives back, but it's a 3-ball and no strike count. Fisher appeared in 12 games for the Gorillas, 3 starts. He appeared in 19 and 2/3 innings, allowed 24 hits. He had 16 strikeouts, but 12 walks and 6 hit batters. Gorillas struggled this year as they just won 9 league games. Here's the 3-0. It's right down the middle. So Marr makes him throw a strike as he's still way ahead, 3 balls and a strike. Let's see if they maybe put him in motion here, maybe hit and run on a 3-1 count. Fisher throws over to first base. Marr again 1 for 3. He came into the game hitting .325. Here's the 3-1. It is outside. The go-ahead run now in scoring position. The Mustangs now with 2 men on base and 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. And now we may see a pitching change. There's going to be a meeting at the mound as Ozzie Rodriguez will hit. He came on as a defensive replacement in the 6th inning as he came on for Brady Anderson, who had a base hit. Excuse me, he did not. He was 0 for 2, 0 for 3 in the game. So Rodriguez will hit for the first time tonight. Ozzie so far this season, in limited time, he's 1 for 4. He has struck out once and walked once. And he just joined the team last week when they found out that Peyton Scarborough wouldn't be able to finish the summer with the Mustangs, as he came back, played a little bit, and was off to a good start, hitting .375, but they found out he had mono and probably had it since March. So he's going to take the summer off and try and rest and recuperate and recover. So Fisher stays in the game against the right-handed hitting Ozzie Rodriguez. Rodriguez hit .248 for the Griffins of Missouri Western this past season. He squares to bunt, gets it down, but in the foul territory down the third base line. So foul ball on a bunt attempt by Ozzie Rodriguez. He's from Chandler, Arizona, went to Maple Woods for 2 years, and then he played at Missouri Western. He made 39 starts for the Griffins this past season. Wasn't expected to be their everyday starter, but turned into one. Again, .248 average, a homer, and 14 driven in. Good defensive catcher. Here's the 0-1 to Rodriguez. 2 on base, squares to bunt, gets it down. It's out in front of the mound. Fisher twirls and throws to first base and gets the out. Rodriguez gets 2 into scoring position now for Tyler Cox, who's driven in both runs so far. Cox, they have a base open at first. Let's see if they're careful. Again, a lefty against a right-hander Cox. And they're going to put him on. So they will intentionally walk him. They will intentionally walk Tyler Cox. He's driven in both runs in the game, including a solo home run. So 2 for 2. He walked his last time up as they walked around him. They worked around him. And now it'll be an intentional pass. It'll be up to Matt Wolnick, the 9-hole hitter. So St. Joseph will have the go-ahead run, or has the go-ahead run right now at third base, 90 feet away, but now the bases will be loaded. Nowhere to put Matt Woolnick, and again, he's already walked 3 in the inning. One was intentional, but let's see if Matt can come through. Matt Woolnick this year, 229 average, no homers, 5 RBI. He is 1 for 3 in the game. He had a single back up the middle his first time up back in the second. He flew out to right in the 5th and lined out to the second baseman, Privatura, back in the 7th inning. He looks at one that almost hit him. Boy, that could have been the go-ahead run. Boy, if he did not move his back foot, that breaking pitch would have hit him. Fisher's already walked 3 in the inning, 1 intentionally, but the other 2 were not. Alou running for Bacon is at first base. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the 9th inning, Woolnick looks at a fastball inside corner. 21st pitch of the inning for Blaine Fisher. The lefty gets the sign from Alex B., his catcher. Bases loaded right now here in the 9th. 2-2 game. Woolnick pops one foul out of play back behind home plate. So he's behind on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blaine Fisher wants a different baseball. Tie game here and there. Second extra inning. We're in the 9th. Base hit would give the Mustangs a lead, maybe by 2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch to Woolnick, and a ground ball left side of the infield, charging and bobbling the ball and dropping the ball is the shortstop, Devin Morrill, and the Mustangs take the lead on an error by the shortstop of the Bombers. Again, a lot of coaches will say just put the ball in play. You never know what can happen, and there's a great example. Just got the ball in play. Morrill charged it, got a nice high hop on the turf. On the exchange to his throwing hand, he dropped it, unfortunately, for the Sedalia Bombers, and it's very fortunate for the Mustangs. But that is an error on the shortstop. The Mustangs will take the lead 3-2 here in our second extra inning. We're in the 9th. Now Renzo Official will try and get an insurance run here in the top of the 9th inning. 3-2 St. Joseph. They score a run without getting a hit here in the 9th. Fisher in the game is 0 for 3, lined out to the first baseman his last time up. Now he swings through a fastball here. It's a 1 ball and 1 strike count. Lined out to the first baseman. Had a ground out to third, a strikeout, swinging, and a walk back in the first. It's been on 1 time. 1 ball, 1 strike to count with 2 down. We are in the 9th inning, 3-2 Mustangs. Trying for more here. Fastball lined to center field. Holt comes on, and he will make the catch on 1 knee. Had to go down to a knee to make the catch, and he saves 2 runs, which would have been big for the Mustangs, but St. Joseph gets an unearned run in the top of the 9th inning, and they're 3 outs away from a road victory here in Sedalia. 3-2 Mustangs. We have the bottom half of the 9th inning as we continue here on the Mustangs Radio Network.
Your trailer is a workhorse. Hauling farm equipment, falling trees, drywall, bags of feed, fill dirt. It really takes a beating. And nothing holds up to that beating like a quality-built steel trailer from Finish Line. And right now at Metzger Sales and Service, they have some great deals on Finish Line trailers like a car hauler 82x16 for $29.99 or a 5x10 single-axle dump box for $21.99. Come check them all out at Metzger Sales and Service in Graham. Online at Metzger.com.
At Brown Lumber Company, we love wood so much we even support the St. Joe Mustangs and their Wooden Bat Club. Yep, that just makes sense. At Brown Lumber Company, we believe things should just make sense. If you need lumber and tools, go to a lumber yard and a hardware store, not some giant box store with groceries, kittens, and toilet paper. Brown Lumber Company on Patey and 5th, a natural supporter of wood, tools, the hard-working American way, and, of course, the Wooden Bat Club of the Mustangs, because that just makes sense. Wood, yeah, we got that.
Hello, this is Lavelle Rucker. I encourage you to join me in voting for Gary Myers for Circuit Judge. Gary has 36 years of diverse legal experience and wrote the Call Before You Dig statute, which has saved countless lives. Gary has served as a leader with the American Red Cross, Family Guidance, Ag Expo, and United Way. Vote Gary Myers, Circuit Judge.
This commercial is paid for by the committee to elect Gary Myers Judge, Bertha Parker Treasurer.
The pitch. You're listening to St. Joe's Summer College Baseball Team.
Swinging a line drive. right, base hit center field.
On 680 KFEQ.
Alex B will lead things off for Sedalia as we are in the bottom of the ninth inning. This is our second extra inning game. 3-2 our score. Mustangs and Steve D'Amico back out. He's gone 2 1/3 of relief. And now it's a 2-ball and no strike count to Alex B. Again, he was able to get 3 strikeouts the last inning. 1 counts as a strikeout, just not an out, as it was a drop third strike. Here's the 2-0 fastball. Ooh, misses low. D'Amico did not like that call. Neither did the Mustang dugout. D'Amico, again, has been a starter in his past. Has not the past 2 years, though, and now there's a called strike. 3-1 the count, so he's gone deep into games in his career, but not the last 2 years. He's at 44 pitches now. There's a fastball hit high and deep to right field. Going back is Cox. He's to the wall. He's to the fence. He spins and can't get it. It's up against the wall. Tyler Cox will throw it back in, and the runner will advance to third base as Alex B triples to right, as Tyler Cox could not come up with it near the fence in right field. Cox got spun around in right. He made a great catch early in the game on Jonathan Ramon, but that one spun him around a little bit, and he could not make the catch. It'll be a hit. I don't think Cox touched the ball, but a triple on a 3-1 pitch that, again, nearly left the yard. But now a triple to start the inning, and now Steve D'Amico will have to try and work around some trouble again, and Jonathan Ramon is at the dish. Walked his last time up. Struck out looking back in the 6th. 1 for 3 in the game. There's that breaking pitch that's been a little wild. It's been good, but wild. Again, he had the strikeout with the drop third strike that got to the backstop. So Ozzy's going to have to be good right here with a runner at third base. Ramon doubled to right center his second time up in the 4th and flew out to right in the 2nd. There's an off-speed pitch that's in there. So Sedalia trying to keep this thing going and tie it up here in the 9th inning. It's our second extra inning, as this is a 7-inning game. 1-1 the count. There's another curveball that stays in. 2 balls and a strike to Jonathan Ramon. And the infield's in. They're not all the way in on the grass area of the turf. They're about halfway. They're not in as far because of the turf. But they are in. Here's the 2-1. Good stop by Rodriguez. Now a 3-ball and 1 strike count. They've got a 7, 8, 9 due up next. Morrill's been a tough out. He's on deck. He'd love to make up for the error that he had the last inning. Last half inning. 3 balls and a strike. 3-2 lead for the Mustangs here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Fastball blew it by him. It's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. D'Amico now at 50 pitches through 2 1/3. There is no one up in the bullpen. So it looks like this is Steve D'Amico's game right now. Trying to get the win. Work around some trouble, though, with the runner at third base. Fastball low, and he walks it. Runners on the corners with nobody out. And now Matt Johnson will go out. So Matt Johnson will bring the entire infield in. They will all meet at the pitcher's mound as Steve D'Amico, he got 3 strikeouts in the 8th, worked around 2 walks and a hit batter in the 7th, so he's been a little erratic here in this game.
We won a game yesterday.
He's been good. He's been inconsistent. He hasn't given up a run. But the Mustangs have a 3-2 lead on an unearned run in the top half of this inning. With that triple to lead off the 9th. And now the walk, and there's runners at 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Could use a strikeout right here. Obviously, they've got to bring the infield in again. Got to bring the infield in again to cut off the run at home. But if you could get a strikeout, then you could put him back at double play depth to try and get a double play to end the game. Devin Morrill at the plate. Morrill's had some good at-bats. Nothing to show for it except for 3 free passes. 2 hit by pitches and 1 walk. So he's got a lot to show for it. There's no hits, I guess I should say, to show for it. He's at the plate, squares to bunt, pulls it back. Will they try a type of safety or suicide squeeze with a man at third base? It's a called strike on a fastball from D'Amico. Devin Morlow for 1. He's on base 3 times. He's been hit twice. He crowds the home plate. Squares the bunt again. Gets it down the first base line. Plays it home. Underhands it home. And the swipe tag is late from Jacob Hurst, who is now playing first base. Boy, he underhanded the throw, and it didn't get there in a real big hurry. I think if he throws that hard and throws it toward the third base line, they get the out. So it'll be a fielder's choice and an RBI for Devin Morrill, but now the winning run's in scoring position with nobody out. It was the right play by Hurst, who came on as a defensive replacement when they ran Alou for Bacon, but Hurst underhanded that thing, and it got there pretty slowly. There's a bunt attempt. He pulls it back, and evidently that was a ball. Wow. So the Mustangs now have given one back here in the ninth. They're going to try a sacrifice bunt call. Nope, it's going to be low. 2 balls and no strikes. So the Mustangs now trying to survive and get to another extra inning. But again, Jacob Hurst underhanded the ball, and I think if he throws it hard, it's an out. Wasn't able to lead Ozzie Rodriguez. Now the ball gets away. They don't have to sacrifice bunts. Holy smokes, it's falling apart again here in the ninth inning. He threw it in the dirt again, and it ricochets all the way back out there, and the Mustangs are in some trouble now. Infield comes in, obviously. Runner at third base, nobody out. Runner at second as well, and it's a 3-0 count. And now they will, supposed to be an intentional ball, and it was almost over the plate. Steve D'Amico's having some trouble, and nobody's up in the pen. So now the Mustangs will bring the infield in, nobody out, bases loaded, winning run 90 feet away. St. Joseph trying to get out of a huge jam here, but in some trouble. John Privature, the 9-hole hitter, is at the dish now. He swings and fouls one back. D'Amico now at 58 pitches. Might have ran out of gas. He's only thrown 2 1/3. A lot of pitches here for the Mustang closer. But again, they've got to play again today. They have 2 tomorrow, so they've got to ride some of these guys, and that's what they're doing tonight. 3-3 tie. There's a fastball outside corner. D'Amico, though, as much as he's struggled, has the ability to strike 3 guys in a row out. He's had 3 strikeouts in the 8th. Let's see if he can do it. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Bases loaded, nobody out. 3-3 tie here in the 9th inning. D'Amico rocks and fires. Fastball blew it by him. Big strikeout. Now the infield can play back if they want to and play double play depth. Let's see if they do move him back. Nope, they're not because of Holt at the plate. With Justin Holt being able to run as well as he does, it's going to be hard to double him up. They're not going to play him in quite as much as what they were, but they're still going to play in. They're going to bring him all the way in now. So Coach Johnson's going to bring them all the way in. They were kind of back for double play, but now they bring him in. Justin Holt struck out and advanced to first base on a drop third strike his last time up against D'Amico. First pitch is outside for ball 1 on that breaking pitch. Bases loaded. Winning run 90 feet away. 3-3 tie here in the 9th inning. D'Amico shakes off a sign. Now comes set. Justin Holt swings and pops one in the air. It is into foul territory. It's going to be on the infield in foul territory, and Hurst will make the catch, and no one can advance. It stays on the infield in foul territory over by the Mustang dugout, and a big out for Steve D'Amico as he tries to get out of this jam. So now he's 1 out away. Obviously, the infield goes back to normal depth. They've got to be careful, though, of Smith possibly bunting. Quade Smith is 2 for 4 in the game. He had a base hit his last time up. He gets a hit here, and it's a win for Sedalia. Ball is up. 1 ball, no strikes to count. He singled, Up the middle as last time up. Fielder's choice back in the 6th and a ground ball to the second baseman, Brett Moore. Sack bunt in the 5th inning. Ground out to first. Here's a called strike. Ground out to first in the 3rd, and then he had a single left field in the 1st inning. Called strike makes it 1 ball, 1 strike. They can the jam and go to another extra inning. Steve has worked around some trouble here. Here's the 1-1. It's upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Tie game here in the 9th inning. Bases were loaded with nobody out after already getting a run to tie the game as the Mustangs took the lead in the top half of this inning. 2-1 from D'Amico. Curveball. Called strike 2 inside corner. Great pitch. Now Quade Smith has the count even up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Winning run at third base. Steve D'Amico trying to get out of the bases loaded jam. This will be a 67th pitch in relief. The 2-2 curveball popped him up, but it's going to be foul out of play, I believe. No, over there is Casiola. Will he make the catch? He will! Back behind the dugout of the Bombers. I thought it might be too far out of play, but Casiola chases it down, makes the catch in foul territory, and the Mustangs get out of it, and they live to fight another inning. Sedalia evens things up at 3 with a run here in the bottom half of the 9th inning, but we go to our 3rd extra inning. We go to the 10th. Mustangs and Bombers tied at 3 as we continue right here on 680 KFEQ.
As a Buchanan County Commissioner, Dan Hausman has worked with many great county employees. He's also helped hundreds of people in the county. He's led the way in helping reduce costs and has held the line on county taxes. Hundreds of thousands of dollars have been saved through better purchasing and working smarter. Economic development has always been a top priority. He's helped create over 2,600 new jobs and brought in over $825 million in new investments in Buchanan County. Experience counts. Vote for Dan Hausman, Eastern District Commissioner.
I'm Dan Hausman. This message is paid for by the Citizens for Dan Hausman. Donnie Miller, Treasurer.
Refrigerators? Nope. Dog food? Flour, seed, and mulch? Negatory. Potato chips and milk? Not even a chip in sight. At Brown Lumber, we sell real hardware supplies without all the fluff. If you need competitively priced power tools, lumber, and building supplies, now we have that. Just a simple, straightforward, locally owned hardware store for hardworking folks who simply want to get in, get their supplies, and get on with their day. Brown Lumber Company at 5th and Patey. Lumber? We have that.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball.
Down the line it goes!
On 680 KFEQ.
Lewis Melee will come on to pinch hit for the Mustangs to lead off the 10th inning, our 3rd extra inning tonight in game 1 of this doubleheader. Could be a late night tonight for these two teams and for the broadcaster of these games. First pitch is out of the strike zone, and now it's ball number 2. He throws another one inside. So Lewis Melee, who has had a really good start to the year, he's hitting .308. 8 for 26, no homers, 3 RBI, and now he lines one to right, and that will get down for a base hit. Got jammed, but Blaine Fisher didn't throw a bad pitch, but Lewis Melee able to hit it to right, and the Mustangs have their leadoff man on for Davey Casiola. So they go ahead run on base again. These two teams have all the runs have come in the same innings. The Mustangs have gotten one, and Sedalia's answered back with one of their own in every single one of those scoring innings, the 2nd, the 5th, and the 9th. Now we're in the 10th inning, our 3rd extra inning. It'll be Davey Casiola, who is 0 for 4 in the game. Let's see if he tries to bunt. He will square to bunt, pulls it back, it's high for ball 1. Fisher, much like Steve D'Amico, now getting extended here in his 3rd inning of work. He's at 38 pitches. And he's having some trouble. He walked 3 the last inning. Mustangs got to run without a hit. We're in the 10th, a 3-3 game. Casiola standing like he's going to bunt now and throw to first base. The left-hander able to hold Melee on pretty easily, and he has no steals. He didn't have any steals. He has 1 career steal in 3 years at New York Tech. Casiola gets the bunt down the first base line. It's bunted well. Now Fisher can't handle it, and he will make an error as well. So the Mustangs now have 2 on with nobody out. A couple of fielding errors for Sedalia have killed them here in these last couple innings. So now they've got to work around a jam. Davey Cassiola again bunting the ball hard down the first base line. It was a backhand play by Fisher and an error. So now 2 on with nobody out. Now to bring to the plate, Evan McDonald. McDonald handles the bat well. He's 0 for 2 since coming on as a pinch hitter for Kyle Urich, who went 0 for 2. Let's see if he swings away or if he will try and bunt them into scoring position. He will turn and bunt, and he missed it. There's a strike. So he tried to bunt it over and get the runner to third base with 1 out, but he missed the bunt. Jacob Hurst is now on deck as he is playing first base for Connor Bacon as a Lou pinch ran for him. McDonald squares to bunt, and he will get it down, and now the play's at third base and is thrown to third in time. The bunt was too hard from Evan McDonald, and it was right to Blaine Fisher, and they were able to get Lewis Melee at third base, so not able to sacrifice them over. He squared the bunt. It was a high pitch. He got it down, but it was way too hard and way too straight to the pitcher.
Number 14, Clayton Risch.
So Cassiola is in scoring position at second. McDonald is at first base. They do have 1 steal of third in the game, Tyler Cox. And I always hear Coach Johnson talk about, hey, if you do it right, it's easier to steal third base than it is second. Fisher's the pitcher on the mound right now. He's through 2 1/3. Cassiola bouncing out there, and the pitch is outside. As they do now have a pinch hitter for Jacob Hurst. It is Clayton Risch. So Risch is pinch hitting now for Hurst, who has struggled this year at the plate. Risch knocked in a run last night. He fouls one away. And now it's a 1 ball and 1 strike count. So Clayton Risch is going to pinch hit. They had Hurst in the on-deck circle, but Risch came out late, and I didn't even see him walk up. It's a ball and a foul now as Risch is going to bat for Hurst. Risch on the season is hitting .220, no homers and 2 RBI. But they want the right-hander as he hits one to right, and it will get through for a base hit. Rounding third is Cassiola. He chugs for home, and he will score easily as the St. Joseph Mustangs take the lead on a pinch hit RBI single to right field off the bat of Clayton Risch. Risch gets his 2nd RBI in as many games in his 2nd of the season as the sophomore-to-be from St. Louis. He goes to Maple Woods, gets the RBI. 4-3 Mustangs here in the 10th. He just went with the pitch. It was outside, and he drove it on the right side of the infield and getting through. The infield was that baseball, and Cassiola came chugging around. It was bobbled in right field by Horsemeyer, and I don't know that it mattered, but McDonald got to third base with just 1 down. So runners on the corners now for Brett Marr. He's 1 for 3 in the game. He walked his last time up. So St. Joseph gets their leadoff man on and leadoff man in. Now Marr fouls one back to the screen. 4-3 St. Joe. Low-scoring, well-played extra inning game. We're in our 3rd extra inning, as this was scheduled for a 7-inning game. Marr bats right-handed. Again, came in hitting .325. 1 for 3 in this game. Risch with a small lead at first base. Doesn't want to get picked off here. Now scoring to bunt and trying to bunt to get the run home, just like Sedalia did, was Brett Marr. He fouls it back to the screen, though. Trying to push that bunt down the first base line, because, again, if you can get it by the pitcher, it's a tough play for the first baseman, like we saw with Jacob Hurst, because he's holding a man on. No balls and 2 strikes with 1 down. Insurance at third base with 1 down. Now throw to first base. Kind of bear crawling back there was Clayton Risch. Again, Risch with his 2nd RBI. He had a good year, though, this past year at Maple Woods. 8 homers, 43 RBI, a .394 average. So he did it during his school ball and comes through here in a big way. Trying for more. Brett Marr with an 0-2 count. Fisher's pitch is going to the backstop. It ricochets back, and boy, luckily for Sedalia, it hit it flush back behind here. It is wood, and there is some cement, but it ricocheted right back to Alex B., or else that is a run. At Phil Welch, that's probably a run. So it's a 1-2 count. There's enough space back there, but again, it ricocheted right back to B, and he played it well. Not like a goalie, he was right there to stop it. 1-2 the count to Brett Maher. And he's going to throw to first base. Getting back is Risch. McDonald's at third. And Lewis Melee, the pinch hitter. They've had 2 pinch hit base hits in this inning. Melee began the inning with a base hit, then the error by the pitcher. And now a fly ball to right field. This will be deep enough. It looks like McDonald will tag. Caught by Horstmeyer, and he will throw home. Not in time. The run scores. The Mustangs take a 5-3 lead on a sacrifice fly by Brett Maher. Maher gets his 6th RBI of the season. And the Mustangs taking advantage of some mistakes by Sedalia. Again, the errors the past 2 innings. St. Joseph in business now with a 2-run lead. And now, again, no one's warming up in the pen. Do they go back to Steve D'Amico, the former starter turned reliever closer? Didn't throw much at Coastal Carolina, 2 appearances. He has been inconsistent in this game, but good throughout the year. Did blow a save, though, on Friday. (5-3). Risch still at first base. He was not able to advance. Here's Rodriguez. Tapper in front of the mound. Fisher's got it, and he will stop. Blaine Fisher finally tags him out as Rodriguez just stopped in the base path, and now will end the inning as it's a 1 unassisted. But the Mustangs get 2 runs, and they've got the lead as St. Joseph will try and close it out here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. We go to the bottom half of the 10th. 5-3 Mustangs as we continue right here on 680 KFEQ.
Hi, Amanda from Big Deals here. Did you know that 83% of every dollar spent locally stays right here in St. Joe? 83%! And shopping local is easier than ever with St. Joseph Big Deals. You save at least 20% on every purchase and sometimes even more. So what are you waiting for? Visit stjoebigdeals.com today. Shop local, buy local, and save with St. Joseph Big Deals.
Shop local, buy local, save Big Deals.
The redesigned Case IH Maxim Series tractors are now available at Dura Equipment in Savannah. These new tractors feature an improved cooling package and come equipped with fuel-efficient Tier 4 B-Final SCR-only technology. Other enhancements include a redesigned hood and roof, a longer wheelbase for improved turning radius, and 8 high-power LED lights. Optional continuously variable transmission technology is available on select models. For more information on Maxim Series tractors, visit Dura Equipment in Savannah.
Bald can be beautiful, but never on your tires. You may have gotten away with it using, well, creative tactics, but there's no hiding baldness on your tires. You can easily check your tire tread, and it only costs a penny. Take a penny, stick it in your tread upside down, and if you can see all of Lincoln's head, your tire's bald and needs replacing. No comb over or spray-on hair is going to save you on this one. Sorry. For more tire care tips, visit betiresmart.org. A message from the Rubber Manufacturers Association.
You're listening to St. Joseph Mustangs Baseball.
Down the line and go!
On 680 KFEQ.
Sedalia has been able to answer every run the Mustangs have scored throughout the game in the bottom half of those innings. St. Joseph will try and keep them off the board here in the 10th. Our 3rd extra inning, and St. Joseph now with a 5-3 lead. Steve D'Amico is out there for the 10th inning. Again, like I said, and this ball goes in the turf right up it might have gone off the throat of Ozzy. He's going to take his time back behind the plate. That might have got up in his throat area. But as I mentioned earlier, they have a doubleheader today. They still got 1 more game tonight. They play 2 tomorrow against Branson, 1 more on the road Wednesday, then come back here Thursday. So they've got a lot of games in very few days. They've got to kind of ride some of their pitchers. Here's the 1-0 in the turf again. 2 balls and no strikes. D'Amico has been all over the place, but he's worked out of a bunch of jams to keep his team in it. Blew the 3-2 lead in the 9th inning. There's a fastball. There's a called strike. This was Dalton Horstmeyer, the 3-hole hitter, 3, 4, and 5. He is 2 for 5 in the game with 2 singles. He struck out his last time up against D'Amico. Now they do have a Pitcher in the bullpen warming up, and there's an off-speed pitch swung on a miss. Now it's 2-2. Looks like it is Jonathan Lynch who's warming up. Just in case. 5-3 lead, a 2-run advantage. Need to keep guys off base right now. Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch, missed a little bit high. Took a lot off that thing. Started at the right-hand hitter, Dalton Horstmeyer, but it stayed way upstairs. It kind of hung. I'm afraid Horstmeyer might try and yank that baby. He did not. 3-2. Fastball on the turf. Well, it's been an inconsistent day for Steve D'Amico. He's worked out of a bunch of jams, but he just also hasn't thrown that well. Surprisingly, he's allowed just the 1 run. And again, he's up to 73 pitches, which is that's a career high since he's joined the Mustangs. He was a starter at Maple Woods before the summer last year, his 2 years there, but has been a closer since he's been with the Mustangs and was a relief pitcher for Coastal Carolina in just 2 appearances. And now Matt Johnson's going to go out there, and let's see if they maybe go to the pen to try and get these last 3 outs. D'Amico's at 73 pitches. Again, he's done a good job. He's been inconsistent. His line right now, again, well, the 1 run's not bad. His overall line is 3 1/3, 72 pitches, 2 hits, and he will come out of the game. 2 hits, 1 run, it was earned. He struck out 5, but walked 4. So he will come out of the game. They'll try and they will give the ball to Jonathan Lynch. He'll try and get the save. We'll tell you about Jonathan when we continue as the Mustangs lead 5-3 as we continue with Mustangs baseball right here on 680 KFEQ.
There's something new for Royals fans at Subway Sandwich Shops. Introducing the Smoky Sweet Chicken and Bacon Sub. Complex and rich, it's a taste that's fit for royalty. Plus, get a 2 for $20 Royals ticket voucher when you buy any footlong with Frito-Lay brand chips and a 30-ounce drink. So hurry in. You may be forever Royal, but this deal isn't. Voucher redeemable at select 2016 Royals home games while supplies last. Limited time only at participating restaurants. All chip-related trademarks are copyright Frito-Lay North America, Inc.
J&B Outdoors knows there are 2 types of mornings. There are mornings that begin like this.
I really don't want to go to work this morning.
But every so often, you get one like this.
I can't wait to get out on the water. I'm going to catch that big one today.
J&B Outdoors at the corner of Pickett and Leonard Road in St. Joseph. Your official provider of hunting, fishing, firearms, and archery gear for those motivated mornings.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones?
You're listening to the St. Joseph Mustangs. Let's slice them on 680 KFEQ.
Dave Riggert back inside Liberty Park Stadium. Jim Blythe's with me tonight from UClick TV, as you can view it online there as well. But Jordan Day will hit now as Jonathan Lynch comes on in relief. He'll try and get the save, his first of the season. Jonathan has been pretty good so far in relief. Again, he comes in at you sidearm to 3/4. Sophomore from Salva Regina University Division III school in Newport, Rhode Island. He is 1-1. He's 0-2, I beg your pardon, but he's been kind of a tough luck loser in some relief appearances. He has a 2.70 ERA. Now a throw down to first base by Rodriguez, not in time. A leadoff walk as Lynch is on in relief. He's made 5 appearances, only allowed 5 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 1. So again, he's been pretty good. He's been a tough luck loser, as he's given up just 2 runs all year long with that 2.70 ERA. Dave fouls one back to the screen. Now it's a 2-ball and no strike count. Lynch this past year went 2-0 with a 4.66 ERA in school ball, 16 appearances all out of the pen. In 19 1/3, he gave up 19 hits, struck out 17, walked just 5, but now it's a 3-ball and 1 strike count. He's in danger of putting the winning run at the plate and putting the tying run on base. 1 on, nobody out. 5-3 Mustangs here in the bottom half of the 10th inning. 3-ball and 1 strike count from Lynch to Jordan Day, who again is 0 for 5 in the game. Hits one in the air to shallow left field. Fisher comes on. Woolnick goes back. Woolnick doesn't find it, and now Fisher can't get to it in time. Wolnick was back. It looked like he knew where it was, and at the last second put his hands in the air, and Fisher was nowhere near. Rish now playing center field. He couldn't get there in time, and it lands in no man's land. That's a huge break for Sedalia, and now the tying run is on base. I thought for an instant it might be trouble, but it looked like Wolnick knew where it was, looked like Fisher knew where it was, but and Rish not able to get there in time. So now the Mustangs have to work around some trouble again. 2 on, nobody out. Mustangs have a 5-3 lead. Lynch's pitch home. Ooh, he tried to bunt it, now throw down to second base and nearly got him off there as Horsemeyer had a big lead off of first base, thinking that they would get the runner. So 2-1 with nobody out. Here's the 0-1 now to Alex B. He gets it down the first base line. Charging his melee. He'll throw to first base and covering his Brett Maher. Good play by those two, but now 2 runners in a scoring position, and they can tie the game with the base hits, potentially. So the Mustangs, again, making it hard on themselves. Good sack bunt that time. I would imagine they'll put Ramon on. I don't know why you would pitch to Jonathan Ramon right here. He has the opportunity to leave the yard. He is a great hitter. Led the Mink League in homers a year ago with 10. He has a double off the wall. They're going to, ooh, it hit him. It was a breaking pitch, and I'm just going to say it was, I'm not going to say it was intentional, but, you know. So now the base is loaded. Devin Morrill at the plate. As I've talked about, some great at-bats. Had a fielder's choice his last time up on a sacrifice bunt. Very good sack bunt. He's been hit twice and walked once. Here's the first pitch. He swings and misses. The breaking pitch from Jonathan Lynch. Lynch again has kind of a funky motion, going from sidearm 3/4. And that can be tough on right-handers, especially the next 2 are right-handers. No balls and a strike. Another one. Boy, did that go behind him? It may have. So he may not have. Again, he didn't intentionally hit Ramon. Maybe it just didn't break. A ball and a strike. So Lynch having a little bit of trouble with that slider that's his out pitch. I need that thing to break over the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases loaded. And now another one out in front of that one. That was a good slider. Swing and a miss. Is Lynch able to get him way out in front of that one? Morrow 0 for 2 officially. But he's been on base 3 times. Came into the game hitting .222, no homers and 5 RBI. The tying run is in scoring position. Bases loaded, 5-3 Mustangs here in the 10th. Here's the 1-2. And he lines it to left center field, and that will get down for a base hit. 2 runs will score, and here comes the winning run around third base. They're going to hold him at third as the ball got away for a second. So the game is tied at 5 with a base hit to left field. And now the winning run is 90 feet away. And Fisher and Rish didn't play that very well. I'm not sure if they're not seeing it off the bat or what, but that goes all the way to the fence. I thought they could have cut that off. It was a bad angle by O in left field. But a double for Devin Morrill drives in and runs 4 and 5 to tie the game here in the 10th inning. Wow. Now can the Mustang pitching staff again work around a jam? They will intentionally walk Niemerg to bring up the 9-hole hitter. And he is supposed to intentionally walk him, and again he threw it. It almost hit Niemerg. What is going on here? Wow. This has been an interesting game, to say the least. So another one outside. Niemer kept stepping near the plate, like he's going to go try and swing at it after he nearly got hit by the first one. Just let him go. And now he's saying, ooh, I could have swung at that one. Oh. Yeah, do it. Go ahead. Intentional walk. Bases loaded. Let's see if they put the infielders at double play depth. It's a left-hand hitter in Privatura who runs well. So I think they're going to bring the infield in. 5-5 tie here in the 10th inning of Sedalia trying to rally again. The Mustangs have never trailed in the game, but they've never led in the next inning after they have scored a run to take the lead. Infield does play in. Privatura looks at one outside. He's a lefty, so that slider, again, not quite as effective against the left-handers as it is the righties. Stays outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded. He's 0 for 4 in the game. Struck out his last time up. 1-0. There's a strike. He was out 4-3 in the 8th. Walked in the 6th. Flew out to left in the 4th. And flew out to center in the 2nd. He could use a fly out right now. Outfield's shallow, obviously, for sacrifice fly possibilities. Infield in. Winning run 90 feet away once again, and it nearly hit him. 2 balls and a strike. So Mustang relievers have had some trouble locating, to say the least. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. Already 2 runs in to tie this game in the 10th. Jonathan Lynch comes set, the right-hander. Now actually I think it was Rodriguez that called time, and now he's going to go talk to Lynch. Lynch, 6 foot, 175-pound right-hander. He is from Cumberland, Rhode Island. Bishop Feehan High School. Again, 2-0 this past year. 4.66 earned run average. Needs a strikeout right here, or a couple of pop-ups on the infield like D'Amico got in the 9th. But today has come back to tie it again here in the 10th inning, 5-5. Here's the 2-1, way outside, 3-1. Nowhere to put him. Mustangs won on a walk-off walk Saturday. They're 1 ball away from a walk-off walk against them here in Sedalia. Crowd will let you know about this one. 3 balls and a strike. Ground ball, and it's going to be stabbed by Marr. He's got to come home quickly, and he does to get the out. Great diving stop by Brett Marr to throw out Jonathan Ramon and keep it a 5-5 game. Great play by Marr at second base. Again, the infield was in, and Brett Marr, he won a Gold Glove at shortstop in Division II this year. He showed why. So a fielder's choice, they get the out at home, and Brett Marr, great diving stop. Now it'll be back to the top of the order for Justin Holt. Holt is 1 for 5 of the game with a single. His last time up, he popped into foul territory, cut, and now it's a hit batter, and that'll be a walk-off. So a walk-off hit by pitch on the first pitch of Justin Holt. The Mustangs have been able to work around so many jams throughout the game, but it's going to be a walk-off hit by pitch after a walk-off walk went in the Mustangs' favor the other day. Final score, the Sedalia Bombers walk off with a 6-5 victory as they defeat the St. Joseph Mustangs against 6-5, our final score. We'll come back with post-game, kill some time. And they said 9:25 is the first pitch of game 2. So 9:25 is the first pitch of this next game. So that's when it will be. Mustangs again lose here in game number 1. Tough way to lose, too, especially going up by 1 in the 9th in extra innings, up by 2 in the 10th in extra innings, and not able to finish.